I was sitting still long enough to regain some of my strength. My wounds are closing. The pain is starting to fade. And unsettling as royal alterations to my bodies are, they're more help than hindrance right now.
はい、そうでした。こちらどうぞ。落とし物ですよ。大事なものなんでしょ?
She produces a metal object, the knife I threw away. A memento from my father. If that means what I think it means, it's all I have left of the person I used to be.
そうですね。ありがとうございます。
I take it from her hand.
さて、あとは地上に戻るだけですか。今の遠野くんなら一人でも瓦礫を登っていけますよね。
What's that noise? What's that bells? Ciel looks around. Forward, the slope is gentlest. As I watch her, I hear something.
なんだこの音。
I strain my ears to pick up the distant sound. Ciel must have caught it too. The bells of ringing, falling softly from the sky. I heard this sound before, from chapel belfries. The clang of metal strikes metal. It's not altogether uncommon to hear, but it's only at certain days. What on earth is it doing here now? Christmas is still a long way off. Oh, it's Sensei. Ciel shoves me aside. Instant later. Several blades, long and thin as the posts of a iron fence, spear her like needles pinning a butterfly.
殺すどころか助けるとか意味わかんない。
ル
アに乗り移られた者同士、手を取り合って生きていこうってこと?
A girly voice echoes across the ruined crater, but I don't see anyone among the rubble, which means that's Noelle. Nasu lowly fighter. I look up as I run to Ciel aid, and there, silhouette against the sky.
何それ? 美談のつもり? そんな身勝手許されるはずないじゃない。
It's a vampire dressed in gruesome scarlet. Why is she nude, Nasu? Is this part of the lore? What the fuck, Nasu? Like a butterfly, she perches atop a ruined butterfly. I mean, fuck. Pillar. She looked like a young girl. Her hair is a faded red and her eyes burn crimson. There's no doubt about it. This is a vampire. Like it or not, we're two of a kind, and as such, I can sense how powerful she is. She's rank 6. What rank is Shiki right now? A true dead apostle, no longer tied to a sire. A transcendent being, free to create her own minions and raise her own army of the dead.
あれ? 反応薄くない? タイミング測ったつもりなんだけど、渡したらまた外しちゃったのかな?
She muses theatrically to herself as she looks down at us. It sends chills down my spine. Her mouth is set in a smile, but her eyes seethe with murderous intent, promising we won't get away. Beneath her affected demeanor, she oozes fetid bloodlust from every pore.
まあいっか。取り乱して悲鳴を上げてもらうのは後のお楽しみにすればいいんだし。それより今はこっちの話よね。ほら、早く殺してよ。ルアに汚染された魂は本人の意志が残っていようと例外なく消滅させる。そうでしょ? シエル先輩。
Senpai?
Senpai?
Why'd she call her senpai? She called her by her name? Do they know each other?
その姿、使徒に身を委ねたのですね、ノエル。
ノエルって、ノエル先生。
The young girl smiles, but otherwise ignores Ciel. Unthinkable as it is, it must be true. This is the woman I once knew as Noelle, now transformed into a vampire.
そう。ノエル先生、ヨシキ君。見違えた？見違えてくれた？あなたから見たらまるで別人みたいでしょ？でもそこの人にしてみれば驚くことでもなんでもないわ。 この顔は13年前のあの日の14歳の頃の私だもの。
Army of the dead? The shuffling cacophony closes in around us. Zombies, and not just a handful of them either. There are easily more than 30 crawling down the crater with their bellies like a plague of lizards. I ready my knife, bracing for the coming assault. The zombies converging on us are freshly turned. There are no leftovers from Roa's stock. She must have made them herself from the bodies of innocent people.
Noel.
Damn, that's a lot of spears. There are 3 spikes skewering her. Ciel glares at Noelle. One through her chest, one through her left arm, and a third through her right thigh. But her voice betrays no hint of pain. That looks kinda brutal. Damn, dude, this game is gruesome. I like that the blood's not pink too. They actually drew red blood. I respect that. As long as Ro exists, she is immortal. And besides, she is burning with rage. Rage at her former comrade in arms, who has joined the very monsters he swore to slay, slaughtered the very people she swore to protect.
3日かけて50人近くの兵隊を作ったわ。初めは加減がわからなくて殺しちゃったり壊しちゃったりしたけど、今はこの通り一つの群れの先生役。なってみれば簡単よね。吸血鬼の生活なんて。軽く心をいじって抜け殻にしてあげれば、けなげで哀れな働きアリが一匹できるんだもの。しかもギフトのおまけ付き。人間一匹の血を吸うだけで力も寿命も伸びるなんて、チートすぎて笑っちゃうわ。
The number of zombies is growing by the second. We've been completely surrounded in only a minute or so.
よくわかりました。経緯はどうあれ、あなたは吸血鬼になった。吸血鬼として生き延びるために私を殺しに来たのですね。
She doesn't twitch as much as an eyebrow. She yanks the blades out of her chest. Oh, she's looking. Oh, fuck. She's gonna fuck you up. That's the face of someone that's gonna fuck you off. I've seen that face enough tonight to know what it means. It's the mask of the executed Ciel, the one she wears when she's on the verge of tears. Their battle is only moments away. No, this won't be a battle. It'll be an extermination. There's clearly no contest between them. Noelle curse envelops her on the scale of ordinary human could only dream of. Her capabilities must be magnified by 10 or 20 times. But Ciel is stronger than 20 Noelles. And her 7th holy scripture is optimized for killing vampires. Noelle might be in rank 6, as strong as the dead apostle of common stock can get. But if things turn violent, she doesn't stand a chance.
まあそうなるわよね。あなたにとって吸血鬼は誰であれ殺すもの。そうでなくちゃ許されない。でもね、それなら私より先に殺すべき相手がいるんじゃないかしら。
Who? Ciel freezes. Noelle doesn't stand a chance in combat. She knows that, so she's trying to crush Ciel's spirit before they can come to blow.
私が吸血鬼かどうかなんて今は些細な問題でしょ。ねえシエル先輩、私たちよく語り合いましたよね。この命は復讐のために、ロアを殺すためなら何でもするって。だから見て、私はその誓いを守ったわ。あなたがやってくれないから私は自分からこうなった。一人じゃ何もできない私はロアを殺すために大嫌いな吸血鬼に生まれ変わるしかなかったのよ。
Wait a minute. Why does Noelle hate Roa?
私の
What did Roa do to everyone, man? Roa is the most hated man in the universe. Everyone hates Roa.
あなたがいつまでもふぬけてるからこうなった。ほら、次はあなたの番よ。早く殺して。
I think the only person that doesn't hate Roa is probably Nero. That's probably it.
そこの坊やを あなたの手で八つ咲きにしてみせて。
In an instant, the tables have turned. Ciel is frozen stiff. Her will to fight is gone. Her windpipe contracts in shock. She chokes on ragged breath as her eyes dart between me and Noelle. She got Ciel with the shining gun.
そう。できないの。やっぱり嘘だったのね。何もかも嘘。あの涙も懺悔も開口もみんな嘘っぱちだった。そんなあなたが私を殺す？恥知らずにも程があるわ。誰よりも薄汚い犬畜生。お前なんかあの時死んでいればよかった。
Okay.
生きていること自体許されるはずがないんだから。
Her insults fall like a rain of curses. I can't know what kind of past they share, but I won't listen to another word of her vitriol.
何好き勝手言わせてるんですか、先輩。あいつは吸血鬼です。周りをよく見てください。
遠野くん。
I step in front of Ciel, shielding her from Noelle's gaze. With knife raised, I stare up at my foe. My left arm is still a little stiff, but that aside, I feel stronger than ever. I'm hardly proud to admit it, but she's not the only one enjoying the benefits of vampiric physiology. Oh shit. Here we go. Ciel versus Tono versus Noelle.
あら、まだ四季くんが残ってるんだ。てっきりロアに飲まれたと思ったのに。けなげに頑張るのね。君には恨みはないし、できるだけ楽に殺してあげようと思っていたんだけど。気が変わったわ。そいつをかばっただけでイラッときちゃった。あなたにも生き地獄を味わってもらおうかしら。
You pissed off? Well, that makes two of us.
あんたが先輩をよく思っていなかったのも願いやしいことも知っていたけどさ。まさかここまで先輩を怖がってるとは思わなかったよ。
へえ、それどういう意味なのか教えてもらえる？
分かっていることをいちいち聞くな。戦うのが怖いからベラベラ喋って矛先を惑わしやがって。大体あんたの目的は俺だろ。ロアを殺したいんなら俺を狙え。吸血鬼になり下がったあんたに先輩を責める資格はない。
吸血鬼になり下がった私に責める資格はない。
Every hair on the back of my neck stands bolt upright. I sense that I made a fatal misstep. The girl's mouth twists into a full-faced leer, like the devil's grin as his trap snaps shut.
ああ、そう。知らないんだ。四季君はその女が何をしてきたのか知らないんだ。
What did she do? Ciel finally braced her paralysis with a cry. She looks up at Noelle, as still begging her not to continue, but the vampire only smiles.
なら直接見せてあげる。戦うのが怖いなんて笑わせるわ。
What?
だって戦う必要なんてないんだもの。人間を壊すことがどれほど造作もないことか身をもって教えてあげる。さあ、私の目の中にいらしてくださる？
Oh, that's her Mystic Eyes power. So in Multi-Blood type Lumina, I already been spoiled on Dead Apostle Noelle. She got the fucking shining gun, dude. That's her Mystic Eyes. She got Genjutsu. Mangekyo, bro. Mangekyo shining gun. What the hell? They gave her the Mangekyo. For a moment, it seemed nothing has happened. The attack I feared doesn't manifest. I wasn't even looking at her to begin with. But her eyes burst into bloom. And just like that, the world goes mad. Damn, living this infinite nightmare. Something's Tsukihime. Roses, endless roses, as far as the eye can see. Its sickly aroma clogs the air. The crimson sea seems to stretch on forever. And I, an insignificant speck adrift in its depths, am nothing but a pest in the garden.
ようこそ歓迎いたしますわ。名も知れぬお客様。これは快楽と背徳の園。この地上に存在する魔眼の中で最も美しく、最も醜悪と謳われたロジーアンの原理結界。
Dude, she had this power for 3 days. How did she know how to use it already? Petals scattered under whispering wind. The riot of colors smothered my eyeballs. The stench of roses pervades my nostrils. Boundaries blur and blend. In this rosen world, a bewitching narcotic holds my every sense of thrall.
訪れた者には快楽、囚われた者には背徳。遊覧不乱の継ぎはぎモザイク。一夜ばかりの幻も終わらぬものなら不死の毒。手に手を取って夢の狭間に参りましょう。
Sensing danger, I try to run, but I lose myself in the storm of petals. My body and mind dissolve in endless roses. They strip away my identity and reduce me to the nameless actor, to be dropped into a page of someone else's story. Damn, dude. Mangekyo Sharingan. Something Tsukihime. I don't remember the rest of that shit. Chapel bell is silent in the winter air. I look around as I wipe down the outside tables, marveling at how busy the town has gotten. Now she's gonna make little Sasuke watch Itachi killed his parents 10,000 times. That motherfucker. A crowd mills at the doors of the local church. Children from all over town are gathered in the town square, watching a charity performance staged by doll makers and magicians. December 24th, 2001, 3 p.m., a bright sunny day. It's only a few hours until Christmas. Oh! Are we Noel? Noel birthday says Christmas. I think so. And she is French too. Soon the storefront cafe that doubles as my house will reopen for diner service.
こんにちは。お店は準備中？
I spin around, flustered at the familiar voice. My feet might have actually left the ground for a moment. Shaking my head furiously, I invite him to take a seat.
ああ、メニューはいらないよ。ちょっと寄っただけだから。
He replies breezily in fluent French and takes his usual seat, overlooking the main street. It's been half a year since he arrived from the east on exchange. He's well-mannered and likable. Often he comes by on the weekends to play piano at the cafe lounge. Apparently he comes to France to study music, moving to this town on a friend invitation to avoid paying rent on exorbitant city rates.
君は広場に遊びには行かないのかい？
Me? I'm too old for all that. I'm not a child, you know. I turned 14 this year.
そういう意味で言ったんじゃないんだけど。ごめん、謝るよ。お詫びに、はい。一日早いけどプレゼント。
He pulls a carefully wrapped parcel out of the paper bag. I can already tell what's in it. It's the jewelry I wanted. A silver cross with a bell on it. Something a real grown-up might wear.
親父さんにはいつもお世話になってるからね。ここと荒れる感がなかったら、僕はとっくに飢えて倒れている。お金はあっても料理ができないのは困りものだ。
He ate this though. I mumble my thanks to the ground, too embarrassed to look at his smile. It's been a little slow to mature, so it's hard for me to get along with others my age. But with him, conversation is effortless. His boyish features might help, but more than that, he has the kindest air of anyone in
で
town.
もアルルカンはここのところ休みが多いよね。せっかくのクリスマスなのに街で一番のパティスリーが閉まっているなんてちょっとがっかりだな。
Damn, so, Ciel turned into a vampire? 2001? Alright. My heart sinks a little at that. Arcueid, at the end of the main street, is one of the oldest shops in town. although it's actually a boulangerie, not a pastry. Their recent range of cakes must have given him the wrong idea. The source biscuits and other confectionery from them, so they're on good terms with my father. I rarely leave the house if I can help it, but I met their daughter once or twice, Ciel. She's younger than me, having only just entered junior high college. Yet tall and lanky, with dark hair and endless energy, my polar opposite.
そういえば、アルルカンの娘さんも見かけないな。以前はよく焼きたてのパンをくれたものだけど。
I don't really like her very much. She's always chatting with him on the main street. And I don't like that she's taller than me, even though she's way younger.
もっとも、様子がおかしいのはアルルカンだけじゃなくて、街全体の話だけどね。ここのところ物騒な事件も頻発しているし、
Oh, that's Roa
夜も静かす
eating
ぎる。
everyone in the
よ
news.
その町に親戚がいるのなら、新年はそっちに行った方がいいと思う。こらそこ、うさんくさい顔しない。こういう時の僕の勘は当たるんだぞ。
He finished his coffee, excuses himself, and set off towards the church. A reminder of the countdown to Christmas. He waves goodbye. You gotta remember, obviously this is Noelle in her memory. She said to Dr. Eric her happiest age was 14. Which is probably when she met him, is when she was the happiest in her life. And her birthday's on Christmas, by the way, too. Christmas here starts and ends at night. Most people think the 24th as Christmas Eve, but Christmas really goes from that evening to the night of the 25th. Once the sun goes down, customers will start pouring in. I watch, a little wistfully, as he weaves through the crowd of children in the square. That sight will be the last memory of my hometown as it was. Then Ciel fuck everything up. After helping open the cafe, I retreat to my room. I have homework to do, and besides, I don't have any friends to invite me to the mass. My absence is sure to spark some gossip, but that's still better than going. When my father asks, I lie and tell him I have a cold. My room's on the second floor of the shop, and the floor isn't thick enough to keep out the hubbub below. It'll be especially loud tonight since it's Christmas. I slip my earphones and burrow head first into my duvet so I don't have to feel so alone. The hours pass in silence as I lie in the dark. But sleep doesn't come, so eventually I crawl out of bed. I'm curious to what's going on outside, and besides, I need to use the bathroom. It's still only 7. The night had just begun. I cock my head at the odd sight outside the window. The square is brightly lit, but the church is dark. Strange cries rise from the main street, protracted screams unlike anything I ever heard. Footsteps drum in the distance. The cafe downstairs had gone deathly silent. Sitting in my pajamas, I open the door, make my way through the corridor, and peer down the stairs to the first floor. First, I call for my mother and father, I think. No one answers, not even the customers. But I'm still innocent, ignorant, confident in my safety. So I blithely descend the stairs to the cafe and stumble into a nightmare of flesh and blood and bone. At first, all I can do is look closer, trying to process what I'm seeing. Broken tables, broken chairs, shattered plates, scattered corpses. A cash register, abandoned. My father, gone. 1, 2, 3, and I can't breathe. They say the heart is just a muscle, untied to emotion, but it feels like mine has literally burst with horror. I try to scream but end up throwing up instead, curled up like a cat, throwing up what feels like all my guts, throwing up until I almost drown in my own vomit, and by the time I'm done, my throat's too raw to make a sound. Distant cheers come from the square. I dash out of the shop, desperate to find someone, anyone, who can explain what's going on. The moment I sit outside, I understood. The square is burning, plies with bodies littered on the ground. Above it all, the church bell tolls. The townspeople has been split into 2 camps. The hunter and the hunted, the killers and the victims. those who are lost to humanity, and those who are still clinging to it. I can't make heads or tails of any of this. I'll probably never understand. All I know is the apocalypse came while I was in my bed, and I missed the memo. My guts clench as I realize my mother and father must have left me. It's lucky that I can't scream in the end. They may be the only reason I make it off the main street unnoticed. I just want to find my parents. I'm sure they realize it's too dangerous here. I bet they're outside of town, waiting for me. I flee through the side streets and down the hill to the major road. This area is mostly fields, so I don't expect to find help. But something tells me the farther out of town I am, the better. However, I find my path blocked by an unfamiliar wall. 10 meters high, and the fight surrounds the town. The crowd of grown-ups had gathered at the base. They're arguing, fighting, killing each other. Their faces twisted in anger, but scarier than the monsters in the square. You can't knock it down, you idiot! Someone shrieks. Someone climb in and drop the rope down from the top. In this nightmare, the idea seems perfectly logical. The grown-ups stop fighting and start working together to climb the wall. Relief washes over me. I was scared to approach while they were also angry, but now it should be alright. But just as I step out of the cover, a rough hand grabs my shoulder. Once again, I'm thankful I can't scream. It's the exchange student from the east, the one who makes my heart flutter. He pulls me back into the shadows. He's out of breath, with a face that looks like he'd been through hell and back. Why did you do that? You might be able to get out of here. His answer trails off. He stares at the wall, his face drawn. More grown-ups arrive. Escapees from the town. More than I can count. It's hard to believe that so many people have been living alongside me all this time. But their numbers do them no good. All they need to do is form a human tower. But it's still fighting over who gets to be on top. And then it happens. I noticed something emerging from the ground. Something dark, translucent, and very, very high. A second wall, facing the first from the insides. Shouts rise from the crowd as people start to notice. They run back to the wall that's rising behind them and batter their fists against it. But it won't budge. And unless my eyes are playing tricks on me, it's starting to move. Oh no. Something awful is about to happen.
動く! この壁動くぞ! おい! どうなってるんだ! 村長を呼べ! 下がれ! 押すなよ! 下がれクソども! おい、これ止まらないぞ! 止まらないぞ! 早く俺を上に上げろ! 上げてくれよ! 押すな! つぶら! つぶっ! 橋はまずい! もう隙間がない! 真ん中だ! 真ん中に逃げ! 手が挟まって! おい! 助けるんだ! 嘘
Good job, Ciel. They're all closed like an old-fashioned cheese press. Over 100 people are slowly but steadily pressed into pulp. All that's left of them is harvest of precious blood. Atop of... Whoa! Dude! Isn't that Vlov? Are those the dead apostles? Wait a minute. Atop the battlement, a freakish menagerie savors of spectacles.
逃げよう。ここにいちゃいけない。
Whoa! Dude, that was the dead apostles, right?
下がれ。おい、これ。早く俺を上に上げろ。橋はまずい。もう隙間がない。真ん中だ。
Alright. Let me see the dead apostles again. Damn, dude, is that all of the dead apostles? Because the easiest one to recognize is Vlov because of his lance. The others, though. Everyone hates Roa, right? The only dead apostle that like Roa, or the only person I should say that likes Roa, is Nero. He grabs my hand and leads me back into town. I follow along in the daze. It's strange. I can't shake the feeling that one of the faces I saw in the crowd, pleading with me for help through the transparent wall, was my mother. Let me see. We see all sorts of strange sights as we run. It's like an art exhibition. All sculptures dot the road back to the town square. A glance reveals them to be human-sized cacti. A closer look reveals them to be human-sized humans. Although I wouldn't blame anyone for thinking they were cacti, all wrapped in thorns like that. Blood-red roses bloom all over them. A garden of beautiful rogue melons growing from human soil. All that remains of the people beneath are their heads, with mouths stretched into blissful smiles. Some are torn apart by living corpses. Others mistaken for demons and killed by their friends. But I think of them are luckier than the people at the wall. That's how I want to die, if I could choose. In my sleep, dreaming happy dreams. It's like a masquerade. Great big bugs squaring along the street. Insects with 6 legs. Spiders with 8. Long wiggling creatures of more. Turn me back, turn me back. They sing in tearful chorus. I don't have to look closely to tell that they're humans with extra bits growing out of them. Was there ever a purer love than this? Oh, how it grieves me that you are blind to it. Love gives. Love nurtures. Love strengthens. Rejoice, my children, for my love to you is endless. A mechanical insect croons is love in a voice no organic throat could produce. Damn, it's like a spider. Jump out. It walks midair. Across an enormous web spun between the rooftops. Its hulking body so monstrous, just the sight of it corrodes my will to live. The devil from the fairy tale would pale next to this. His 8 legs gleam as they scurry in the air. Yeah, man. Yo, it's midnight. Yo, my throat is tired. I'm trying to see how long this is. Should I make this into a 2-parter? This is not a good stopping point though, right? Fuck, I should have stopped when we met in the well. I didn't know it was gonna be this long. Alright. The devil from the fairy tales would pale next to this. His 8 legs gleam as it scurries in thin air. Hold on. 8 spindly fingers playing a dizzying tarantula. There was more. Whole streets frozen solid. A plague of holes pock-marking the ground. A flock of gorgeous doves, picking out those who no longer care to run. That's Vlov. That's the other dead apostles, probably. I don't know who that is. I thought I might go crazy. Or rather, I thought I might loop back around to sanity and go crazy a second time. Far past breaking point, I numbly let him drag me in his wake. His presence seemed to help him cling to sanity. My presence seemed to help him cling to sanity.
教会の明かりが消えているのはどうしてだろう。
He stops and mutters to himself. My brain, having long given up on thinking, all I can offer is a flat, non-committal response.
もしかして本当にあいつらは教会には近寄れないのか。
So he slips in through the doors with me in tow. There are a lot of people inside. My father is one of them. I dive into his arms where, overcome by warmth and guilt, I finally break down and cry. Then that mean her mom separated from her dad. She was probably like, I'm getting the fuck out of here. You can stay in the church and die. He's like, don't go out there, you're dead. And she went out there and died. The chapel has become a place of refuge. More than 50 people are huddled beneath the roof, waiting for the dawn. Hoping against hope that daybreak will end this nightmare and return their ordinary lives. But it's not to be.
Ah, なんて嘆かわしい。
Oh, naked Ciel! I meant Roa.
街中の人間が殺到すると期待していたのに、集まったのはこれだけなんて。この時代は不信心者が多すぎる。
Footsteps echo through the cavernous hall. A figure approaches from the altar, her red eyes shining in the darkness. Oh fuck, no genitals.
でも、だからこそ歓迎しましょう。ここに集まったあなたたちこそ、生贄にふさわしい敬虔な信者ですから。
Why couldn't he given her clothes? What's the story? What's the lore that she has to be naked as Roa? Roa couldn't figure out how to put pants on. What the fuck? For a fucking genius that figured out reincarnation and immortality, that motherfucker don't know how to put pants on. And we became toys to pass the time. How did Noelle survive all this? It's pretty impressive from Noelle. A pool of blood forms in the chapel. With a sickly crunch, the floor collapses, trapping us at the bottom of the feeding pit. She says she wants to find the best way to keep us fresh. One of my classmates is the first to be chosen, starting from extremities and working in. She rolls him up like a tube of toothpaste, squeezing screams and innards from his mouth. One by one, she must be pleased with the result. She takes a similar approach with a second and third, folding into a living box, flattening the other into a living carpet. One by one, she's waiting for someone, killing time until they arrive. It reminds me of myself, absent-mindedly dipping a hand into a bag of chips as I stare at the television. What she's doing now is no different. This church is one big foil bag, and we're nothing more than human chips waiting to be picked up and eaten. One by one, the pool starts to fill, not with blood, but with human beings being squashed flat. We scream, we pray, help us, scourge, scourge, scourge. All together, we scrape at the walls, scourge, 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 creak, creak, creak. And then, after our nails are torn off, smack, smack, smack. One by one. She chose a man next, the one holding on to me, the one whose name I can't remember no matter how hard I try. I cry and scream, but she won't listen. I hit her to try and make her stop, but she only laughs. Then she does the cruelest thing yet, and no, please don't kill him. Don't kill him. Don't kill my father. No, please stop. You're hurting him. Oh God, he's so small, smaller than an apple. Please, no, don't eat him. Don't eat him. I'll kill you last. No, he's not disgusting. Don't throw him away. Someone catch him. Oh God, pick him up, please, before somebody steps on him. Ah! One by one, the people are half gone, and the pool is half full, and we're all too scared to look her in the eye anymore. We just press our faces to the warm, fleshy ground and beg for mercy. One by one she takes us, but in the end, none of it matters. Dawn isn't coming, someone finally whispers. As one by one, carefully but coldly, she... us. She picks one of us out every hour or so. 3 days must have passed by now. I look up to see only a few of us left. The last few chips at the bottom of the bag. I hear a voice by my ear. He hasn't been scrunched up yet, though he's missing an eye and a leg. What? He's missing a leg? How he's gonna escape with one leg? I look for her, but she's gone. That's a strange whistling noise outside. It must be windy today. He's out light in the darkness. None of us are thinking about escaping anymore. We just want her to take us away so it can be all over. But he's different. His eyes are bright and warm. There's something so human about him, working his hardest to save somebody else. He piled them up, suits of human flesh, one on top of the other like stairs leading to heaven, until they reach the top of the pool. He takes me by the hand. We pour ourselves over the top of the high wall. Everybody cheers as we stand up. That's the problem with people. It's so easy to give them hope. He's steadying himself against a pew and knocks over the stairs we all built. Why would he do that? He's right. Now that I'm empty inside, even I can see it. I wouldn't notice 1 or 2 missing chips, so she probably won't either. But I still don't understand. He breaks the pew to use it as a walking stick. Then he leads me outside, to the hometown I would have given anything to see again. A crowd of scary monsters is waiting for us. He pushes me forward so I stumble in front of them. The only way he can escape is to make them focus on me. I don't hate him for doing it. He isn't a bad person. He's just doing what he has to. Even good people do bad things sometimes when they need to survive. He isn't a bad person, but he really shouldn't have said that. He screamed as they bite into him, while I, with my throat scraped raw, still couldn't scream if I tried. He was the first to make a noise, so he was the only one that ate. I lied where I fell, looking up at him, being gnawed down to bones, looking up at the town I no longer recognize. Oh, she can't talk? I watch as they come to an end. The death of my hometown was a little thing all told, at least. Next to what's happening to the world. A profane revolution is stirring. Ah, I can see it so clearly now. Even a broken little girl like me has a third eye to open. This was a ritual, and my hometown was an altar. But the ritual ends up in failure. The apparition in white comes to kill my tormentor, who falls to earth in front of me with a splat. I want to run, but I'm frozen stiff. Her glassy eyes stare up at me. Dang, dude, if they stayed in the church, they would have all lived. I see myself reflected there, the discarded doll I am. And for the rest of the long, long night, I keep watch over myself, pathetic and powerless. Damn, Nasu, how you gonna tell us this sad backstory? And not give us the Noel route? What the fuck? Damn it. Now we gotta kill Noel. A violent nausea assails me, but I manage to stand my ground. I press my hand against my forehead as my brain swims in a drunken haze. The bones of my injured arm shuddered painfully with the movement, finally returning me to myself.
出てきた。ただの人間のくせに、私の目の中から。
He broke free of the Sharingan. My cardiopulmonary functions resumed with a start. I drink in oxygen like a drowning man. How long did I spend submerged in someone else's life? Those weren't my own memories or my own dreams. They were hers. I was living out the events of Noel Pass. It's probably only been a few minutes in the real world, but for me, trapped in an illusion and forced to watch a real Noel memories, more than 6 days have passed. Yeah, dude, that's just like Mangekyo Sharingan.
おっと、そっか。ただの人間じゃなかったんだ。
That's why she hates
今じゃ四季君
Rora.
は半分吸血
Rora
鬼。
killed everyone.
死ぬような目にあっても生き延びるんだっけ。ほんと、息汚いにも程があるわ。ルアの精神ごと夢の中で殺せると思ったのに。
In the depths of my brain, I feel someone answer her. The true mystic eyes of roses might have posed a challenge, but your paltry imitation was a mere annoyance.
でも、その人は耐えきれなかったみたい。そうよね。もう一度あの出来事を体験させてあげたんですもの。ルアに乗っ取られて心が死んで、心祖に殺されて体も死んだ。一人一人の死に様も教えてあげた。今頃は記憶の中で一人ぼっち。二度と目覚めないのではないかしら。
シエル先輩。
I ignore Noelle and call her name. Her eyes won't open. I call her name again, shake her shoulders, slap her cheek, but she refuses to wake.
無駄よ。私の魔眼から自力で抜け出したのはあなただけ。そいつはもう目覚めないわ。だって心が死んでいるもの。見せつけられた罪に耐えきれず、自分から覚醒を拒否した大罪に。卑怯で下劣な肉人形なんだから。
先輩、シエル先輩。
Undeterred, I keep at it. She's still alive, I know it. Every time I say her name, she twitches a little. Ciel! Her shoulders shudder like she's crying.
諦めの悪い人ね。ああ、生きて出てこれたのもその往生際の悪さがあったから。でも無駄な努力よ。どうあってもあなたは助からない。命乞いを聞く耳もないし、逃がすのなんて絶対にない。あなたはここで夢の中のどんな死に方より痛くてひどくておかしい死に方で殺されるの。あ、でもその前にせっかくだから聞いておこっと。これってレアかつ一度きりの美味しい機会だし。ねえ、私の中はどうだった？濃密すぎて興奮した？可愛すぎて浴場した？癖になるぐらい酩酊した？っていうか、そいつがどのくらい最悪で私がどのくらい正しいか分かってくれた？心の底から謝って二人仲良く私に殺されたくなったかしら。
What are you gonna do, Shiki? She smiles gleefully. The ring of zombies closes around us. Before me, the girl I love is trapped in a nightmare with her eyes wide open.
そうか。
No more holding back. Somewhere in my brain, a firing hammer falls. Our position couldn't be any worse. There's not a second to waste. Alright, do it! Release the Nania inside you! Kill Noelle, I know you can do it! Show her the eyes of death perception. She has to die. I take off my glasses and launch into a sprint. And Noelle is the source of the nightmare I just went through, then killing her should set Ciel free. I can't leave her to relieve those memories, which means I got to shut this vampire up as quickly as I can.
来た来た。
Does Noelle know about his eyes? No, right? Only Ciel does.
四季君ったら我慢が効かないんだ。これだから若い子はちょろいっていうか。 考えてること丸分かりで
What?
嬉しくなっちゃうくらい哀れよね。
Zombies close in from both sides as I run. Noah stands ahead of me, licking her lips, delighted that I'd taken the bait.
あ、ごめん。今は私の方が若いんだった。四季君が哀れなのは若いからじゃなくて、そんな女に騙される頭。
Oh, let's go, Shiki! A poetry fight zombies can't stop me now. My newfound vampirism has nothing to do with it. After going toe-in-toe with Ciel, these mindless husks are nothing more than hurdles made of meat. Oh, the
どういう
lines!
ことよ。今のよりすぐりなのよ。
Lines of deposition. She realized there's no stopping me and leaped backwards. The distance between us grew 10 meters in an instant, but that won't save her. 4 more seconds, I'll take her head.
ああ、そう。なら。
No shit. The same spike that skewers Ciel fly at me. Oh, Shiki, your arm is still fucking numbed. With their simple trajectory, dodging them is trivial. 3 more seconds until she's in knife range.
後ろ後ろ。
They extended peripheral vision. I see metal spikes approaching the real target. Dude, Ciel's immortal. Without me to intercept them, they shriek towards Ciel, who's still slumped defenseless on the ground. I don't hesitate for a second. As the spikes approach Ciel, I ignore them entirely.
こいつ。
Yeah! I expected she might target Ciel to throw me off. I was prepared for that when I made my choice. 2 seconds. The battered left arm is a problem. It's throwing off my balance as I run, creating a 0.3 second discrepancy. But that's an acceptable margin of error. The last step would take me close enough to...
どうしてそう私の勘に触るのかな。
What? What happened? I don't understand my own reaction. Behind Noelle stands a zombie. By his side is a girl about my age. What? I see her eyes widen in terror as a vampire fang clamps down on her neck. What? A girl my age? The volume of spikes is painfully crude. I can't even react before they run me through. Why did he stop? Though my field of view dropped to the ground. How humiliating. I slumped to my knees before the vampire I was supposed to kill. What? How did he stop? That doesn't make sense. For the slightest of moments, my focus detached from her, like a sticker being peeled away. Like my single-minded determination undone by one external stimulus as laughable.
あと一歩だったのに残念。でも内容自体は100点満点だったわ。今のは四季君のミスじゃないから減点はしないであげる。
Did he die? He is a vampire now. She hums to herself as she yanks out one of the spears. Blood sprays in its wake as flesh and veins catch on its edge.
ねえ、不思議だった。どうして手が止まったのか全然わからないでしょ。
Yeah, I wanna know. Whoever said vampires don't feel pain was a liar. It is more excruciating than anything I felt when I was human.
ごめんね。あなたが私の記憶を見ていたとき、
Busy.
私もあなたの記憶を見せてもらっちゃった。四季君本人も忘れている。とっても楽しい子供時代の大切な思い出をね。
She knows about the Narnia clan. Each spear she pulls out incinerates my brain, but that will heal over time. The real problem is my blood. The more I lose, the frailer I get, even until I'm even weaker than an ordinary human.
それを見てわかったの。
What she saw.
君は今の光景を無視できない。もうどうしようもないほど手遅れで救いがなくてかわいそうな生き物だってことがね。
A woman his age? Who's his age? Aki is younger than him. Hisue. I can only think of Hisue or Kohaku, but he never met Kohaku when he was young. Only Hisue. She pulls out the final spear. I'm running out of blood fast. I don't have many options left, but I do still have my knife. Her neck is just 20 centimeters out of my reach. If only she leaned in a little closer.
趣味が悪いぜ。殺すならさっさと殺せよ。
I lift my head to look her in the eyes. Now it's up to fate. How you gonna look her in the eyes, dude? She had the shining gun. The rest of the world fades away. I block out everything but the two of us. This is my last shot. I focus all of my senses on her. Oh, Shiki, you idiot.
私の趣味が悪いそうね。ここからが本番だもの。身も心もめちゃくちゃに犯してあげる。
Laughing, she stares into the face of her defeated foe. Her triumph leer draws closer. Zero. Oh! Damn! Let's go, Shiki! Her head drops cleanly to the ground. Okay, that was sick. I like that. If he drinks vampire blood, will he heal? Or it has to be human blood? I don't know how this works. Her head drops cleanly to the ground, like a ripe apple falling from a tree. Thank God it was Noelle. Anyone else that might not have worked. My consciousness dim as I bleed out. With knife in hand, I topple into darkness. Alright, we did it. Noelle is done. Easy. My voice fades into the black. I don't understand. I should be unconscious. Yet, despite expanding the last of my strength, I'm awake. Not just awake, I'm brimming with energy. I look myself over. Only scars remain of the bloody host left by Noelle's spikes.
まさか。
Did Roa save me somehow? I can't think of any other explanation. In a very real sense, our fates are linked. Did he pull me back from the brink to save himself?
でもそれなら。
That would make sense. I'm not out of the woods yet, but I'll live to fight another day. What happened? Damn, dude, fucking Genjutsu. Oh, this Mangekyo Sharingan bullshit. You know, like Itachi catches Orochimaru. No, this bullshit ass Sharingan. A tense ass laughter echoes around me. But I can't see his source anywhere, nor can I sense her presence. Come to think of it, where am I? And why is it so dark?
ロアのおかげかとかおかしい。あんなやつ私が許すわけないじゃない。ここにいるのはあなただけよ、四季君。
どこにいるノエル。
A voice cracks with unease.
どこってまだわからない？もう仕方ないな。はい、特別サービスね。
Damn, dude, he got caught with the Sharingan. Why you look her in the eye? A familiar debris-strewn crater appears before me. I see a crowd of zombies. Ciel still impaled, and myself slumped over on my knees. It's only been seconds since I cut off Noelle's head. Wait, something isn't right. My ear. Well, what am I looking at here? Oh.
なんだこれ。なんだこれ。
I tried to run to Ciel's side, but nothing happens. My vision stays rigidly still. Instead, I slam to something with a soft thud. There's an invisible wall in front of me, unbreakable, impenetrable, like the edge of a world. I raise my right hand, but my knife isn't in it. I don't see any lines of death to cut. The scar on my chest is gone, and as are my headaches and my anemia, and the ever-present whispers of raw bloodlust.
夢だ。これは夢だ。でも。
But my senses tells me I'm awake. Somehow, I know this is reality. The sensation is sickening familiar. This is how it felt to be trapped in Noel's mystic eyes. Which must mean...
私の瞳の中よ。当の四季君。あなたのトラウマ、いただいちゃった。
Her voice echoes in the darkness. That explains why I couldn't feel her. Wait, so where's Noel now? She plucked my mind right out of my body.
あなたの方から私を熱心に見てくれたでしょ。そのおかげでもう一度、あなたをバラの魔眼に移し込めたの。
I didn't know her Sharingan could do
さ
that.
っきは
That's kind of
私の
cool.
記憶だったけど、今度は魔眼そのものに中身をズキュー隠して四季君の精神はこっち側に。外に残された肉体には言うまでもなく。
I watch as Shikitonen lurches heavily to his feet. His mouth twists into a cruel grin as he shuffles like a zombie towards Ciel.
当然四季君はこっちにいるんだから、あっちにいるのはロアだけよね。
Shikitono advances, leaving me behind, and direct his path. Is Ciel immobile body.
やめろ。ダメだ先輩、逃げて。
I pound against the inside of Noel's pupil, but my fists have no impact. They can't even make a sound.
見て見て、ほらちゃんと見て。あの女は四季君の手で八つ裂きにされてロアに全てを奪われるの。どうなかなかのオチじゃない？
Laughter fills my ears, so sugary I could vomit.
うるさい、黙ってろ。出せ、出せ。畜生、出せ。
Outside, the dissection is beginning. My knife carves along lovely through Ciel's flesh, slowly, carefully, and as though savoring its subject's suffering. You got a glimpse.
出せ、出せよ。出して。お願いします。出してください。ノエル先生。
Apparently my mind can still injure itself. My wrists break from slamming against the wall. But I don't stop. I can't. The only hope I have is stopping the tragedy occurring before my eyes is by begging.
たまんない。これが吸血鬼の楽しみ。魂を凌辱するってこういうことなんだ。
Her voice hangs in the air like heady incense. No matter how much I plead, no matter what I offer, she has no intention of listening. I learned that well enough by now. My own powerlessness brings bitter tears to my eyes. There's nothing I can do. Not a single thing.
いいえ、そんなに自分を下げちゃダメよ。だって私に飼われている限りできること、やるべきことはたくさんあるんだから。あなたには自分のトラウマを見せてあげる。
Damn, dude!
同じ展開なんてさせないから。
That is just like Itachi's, man. That's what Itachi did to Sasuke. He made Sasuke watch his parents died like over 1,000 times.
犠牲者が1人だったら次は2人に、指を1本失うなら次は2本に。思い出すだけで心が削られる思い出を少しずつ少しずつより悲惨なものに変えていって、ひとかけらの救いもない思い出になったらそれが本物なんだってあなたの過去に組み込むの。それでもまだ心が壊れなかったら、その時はもっとひどい地獄を用意してあげる。楽しみね、私の愉快な暇つぶしさ。
And mystic eyes of rose. A rose in sky billows above me. Once I was Shikitono, but now I'm just a nameless actor, trapped on a stage with no way out. Infinite Tsukiyomi. There you go, I remember it! Mangekyo Sharingan Infinite Tsukiyomi. Infinite Nightmare. Damn, that jutsu is so badass. That's still one of the coolest jutsus ever in Naruto. That's probably the one of the coolest thing about Mangekyo Sharingan too. Man, Amaterasu's trash. That shit never works, man. The only thing it did is took the 4th Reikage arm. That's it. The Genjutsu though. That shit was godlike. Infinite stamps on Kakashi on the cross. What does he do besides make Sasuke relive his nightmare thousands of times?
死より辛い結末を迎えてしまった。そんな瞳の中の遠野くんに一声かける Q&A コーナー。教えて、シエル先生の時間です。
Ciel Sensei.
すっげー、元シスターのはっちゃけぶりがすっげー。
What is it? What? Oh, she's watching a
やっぱ
monitor.
薄月ゲージがカンストしていたサブヒロインの爆発力は目を見張るものがある。追い込み方がどうに入ってるんだよにゃ。プロの仕事っつうか。えげつない、ひたすらにえげつない。そこんところどう思うシエル？なぜ私に意見を求めるんです？
What?
今回の原因は直前の選択肢ですね。戦うという発想は良かったのですが、状況が最悪でした。
My.
使徒になってもノエルは臆病なので、その人間の一番重いところを利用することを避けていました。でもスイッチの入ってしまった遠野くんの非人間性がノエルに最後の一線を越えさせた。
Oh, she's still timid.
こいつここまで行かれてるなら私もやっちゃっていいじゃん。
Okay.
結果使徒ノエルは対等の士気の切り札を切ったのです。
The Sharingan. Did she do that against Arc? No way, right?
ラ
Arc
イバ
would
ルの
break
ショ
her
ップが
mind.
9割引きするならうちも9割引きするしかないじゃんみたいな。まあその先に待つのは破滅にゃんだけど。にゃはははは。
Okay.
でメガネ君を仕留めた方法はノエル本人の起点としてだ。
Man.
その後の非淑女的悪魔行為に関してコメントはないのかにゃシエル君。
That's Shiki fault. He stared into Noelle. He knows Noelle has the mystic eyes of roses. He was caught in a dream. That dumbass. He looked her in the eyes again.
ここにある資料によると、
Record saying.
あいつは殺すのも殺されるのにも慣れている。私のやり方は大体あいつの真似。今回の加害者であるノエル嬢はそう供述しているようですね。それでは今回はこの辺で。いつも通りクリーンでオープンな教えてシール先生でした。こいつ笑顔で済ませやがった。
Alright. Well. We got trapped in the well. Infinite Tsukiyomi. and Shiki's reliving his trauma. Wait! Oh, fuck. Wait a minute. Oh.
でもだからこそ歓迎しましょう。
Wait a minute. Didn't I save before I made the choice? Yeah. The situation is clear. An ordinary person would have no hope in escaping this army of the dead. I get bogged down trying to fight my way out. Find myself dogpiled and eaten up alive. But I'm no ordinary person anymore. Though I have yet to drink blood, I'm still half turned. I grip my knife in my right hand. I grip my teeth against the pain in my left. And with the left hand, I hoist Ciel up and heap clean over the encroaching circle of zombies. With a run up, I clear 10 meters in a heartbeat. My ankles take the impact as I more crash than land. There's a limit to how well I can absorb the shock while carrying Ciel, but avoid any serious damage. So, this is what it's like to be a vampire. If the zombies were my only concern, I will make a clean getaway, but... For the briefest moment, I look behind me. A scarlet vampire is grinning sadistically. Go on, run, she seems to say. It's more fun that way.
走るぞ先輩。
I adjust Ciel, so she's piggybacking me as I sprint through the field of debris. Not an instant later, an iron spike grazes my thigh.
楽しい狩りの始まりね。ああ、本当夢みたい。ずっとこうしたかった。ずっとこの時を待ち続けたの。最高。ありがとうって言ってあげる。期待通りの反応で嬉しいわ。お人よしの人殺しさん。
A voice chimes in my ear. She picks me out with directed sun waves, like the ringing of bells towards the crater. It must function like sonar, allowing her to map out her surroundings. All the dead apostles of rank 6 or above have a distinctive eminence art, but it seems that her power has to do with sound.
知ったことかバカ。
For the information that may save my life, but I don't want to hear it. There's no time for a lecture from inside my own head. Hey, what? I feel the threat looming behind me, trembling with anger as I won. One thought dominates my mind, eclipsing all else. I was ignorant of what really happened 13 years ago, of how helpless humanity was against that tragedy, how arrogant I've been, mouthing off about defeating Ro without even knowing what he's capable of, now understanding well deep-seated hatred of me. Yeah, I sympathize with her. I can find fault with her desire for vengeance, for wanting retribution for those who were killed. As the sole human survivor of Ro massacre, she has every right to demand it.
ほら、急がないと焼き鳥串みたいになっちゃうぞ。まずは足から。そうしたらお腹を刺してひとまとめにして、最後はやっぱり股間から脳天までぶっ刺すのが定番よね。
Dang, Vladimir. Metal rain thunders in my wake. She's clearly toying with me. Her spikes are deliberately aimed just shy of my heels, so that I'll be skewered if I slow down even a hair. But with Ciel on my back, running is all I can do. At this rate, the spike will catch up to me eventually. If I want to get out of this, I need to leave her behind. That's the point, of course. Noah's playing the game on purpose to force me to abandon Ciel. But it doesn't matter. I'm hardly even paying attention. The inside of my head are boiling over with fury. I didn't know the first thing about either of them. The girl who survived the living nightmare. The girl who created that nightmare, only to awaken in its wreckage. I run, cursing all the while. Here I thought I was the only victim. Ciel tried to tell me otherwise, but I didn't pay attention. And for all I knew about world hosts, I never spared thought for what life might be like as one of them.
昔、私はこの体になるきっかけで罪を犯しました。多くの間違いを犯して、 多くの人命を見殺しにした。その後私に課せられたのは犠牲になった人々の数と同じだけの処罰でした。
What kind of fucked up nightmare is that? She must have watched, powerless, as Roa did as he pleased with her body before being slaughtered by Arc. And her suffering didn't even end there.
教会の人たちは異端者であるその子を何度も何度も殺すんですけど、どうやっても。
She endured one execution for every life she took. She allowed herself, a living human, to be treated like an indestructible object. And still, after atoning for 100 times over.
でもそんなのは違うんです。私は全然強くない。単に死なない体だから。体が強いから罰に耐えられただけ。普通の体だったならきっと一日で投げ出していたんです。
She still can't forgive herself.
ふざけやがって。
She wants to die a human death? This isn't atonement. She just wants to forget it all and rest. If she treats it as her absolute duty, she convinces herself that she saved others from Roa, kills him, and submit herself to death judgment. She'll finally have paid the price for her sins. I'm sorry, Ciel. I don't think I'll ever have your strength. All I have is this violent rage. Rage at myself, while failing to realize the burden you bear. But now,
まだそんな体力が残っていたんだ。四季君一人ならとっくに地上に逃げられたのにね。一体いつまでそんなガラクタを背負ってるつもり？
that might have been a blessing in disguise. I'm glad I didn't give myself up to die. I'm glad I didn't leave you alone, even if it means letting Roa get away. Jumping as high as I can, I disappear into the ruin. No spikes follow me. I thought as much. She's not yet grown into her powers. At her current stage, she can only pick up on sources of sound, which is to say, moving objects. It took a while to find, but this place should suit my purposes. There's enough space here for one person to hide undetected. I let Ciel down against the wall. She's asleep, but her eyes are still wide open. At first glance, anyone would think she was dead. But she can't die. That's how she endured so much. This vampire mystic eyes is just another bump on her long, long road. She'll shake them off in no time and come back to me. So until then, the best thing I can do is buy her time. There we go. I hold her unmoving body close. I whisper her name as I run my fingers through her indigo hair, and finally speak the words I've been aching to say. I embrace our last 10 seconds. I'm certain we felt each other's warmth. And then I drag myself away. So goes the last of my personal desires. All that's left now is my duty. With a deep breath, I take off back to the crater and the clearer lines of sight it offers. What's the point in getting Ciel to safety? I don't know. I emerge from the maze of debris into the central basin. It's amazing how sprightly I am with no one to carry. I could probably bound up the giant staircase and back to the surface in minutes. That is.
あら、ブッシュから出てきてどうしたの？もしかして諦めちゃった？それとも命乞い？どっちにしろ、楽しいウサギ狩りはここまでかしら。
If she let me. Can he beat her? She's a 6, right? Dead Apostle rank 6? How strong is Shiki? As a half vampire. A palisade of spikes cuts off my escape as the vampire touches lightly down to earth. Now that we stand on the same broken ground, I could reach her inside 2 seconds. 2 seconds.
お荷物は暗がりに落としてきたのね。それでいいの。 それが正解だもの。よかった。あなたにもまだ人間らしいところが残っていたのね、四季君。
I gotta sneeze. Oh, excuse me. I keep my guard up as I scan for her weaknesses. Her tone is amiable, but her words are dripping with bloodlust. A battle has already begun. She's still staring her down. I take in my surroundings. Only Noelle has managed to keep pace with me. Her pack of zombies will take a few minutes to shambles close enough to be a threat. Metal spikes surround me, driven into the earth at 1 meter interval. They form a fence to keep me enclosed. A circular pin 40 meters across. I could easily hop it if I want to, but my hyper-attuned senses tells me that would be a bad idea. They're deadened sound waves, most likely. Nothing as powerful as her mystic eyes, but they're still rattling my brain, disrupting both my cognition and balance. And if that happens, I'll sit back. I'll be a sitting duck waiting for a skewer. That's probably what those spikes are really meant for. Noelle guiding ethos is her strength and torture. Fundamentally, her power, her curse, is to trap her victims in fixed confines to subject them to gentle torment. The only way to break free from this prison is to destroy its source. There's no lights on her spear?
メガネを取ったってことは、私を殺す気になったってことよね。
Now, this is a battle to the death. The slightest misstep or misfortune will be fatal. That should scare me, right? Of course it does. I'm even more terrified than the time I fought Vlov. Not just because she's strong, but because I glimpsed her heart. If I die here, it will be because a part of me still sympathizes with her. But I won't let that happen. I can't afford to lose. Noelle holds a single spike in her hand. She's been raining them down on me by the dozen. She could use as many as she wanted. Her smile gloats that just one is enough.
知ってるわ。キューサ猫を噛むでしょ。ああ、それはダメか。私負けちゃうもの。この場合は支柱に勝つありってやつ？まあどっちでもいいか。
What she said?
大事なのは生意気にも私をどうにかできると思ってるその目つきをどう教育するかなんだし。
Here she comes, even taking into account the differences in our weapons and abilities. I can only take about 2 hits at most. I raise my knife and shift my weight into my heels.
まあ体罰が妥当よね。そんなナイフでどこまで持ちこたえられるか先生が試してあげる。
I fall backwards, fluidly, but in full control. Knowing her spear passed overhead as I top into a bridge pose. The spike meant for my heart pierces empty air, inches above the tip of my nose. Out of the corner of my eye, I see Noelle grimace. Her stomach and the line of death running across it is fully exposed. I twist under her guard and aim carefully at my target. And the elbow of a weapon sends me flying. I redirect my momentum into a row as I crash backwards into the ground. That was stupid of me. She's not the one with vampiric agility. I underestimated my own speed and launched myself straight into her, shoulder first. The slightest grace sent me flying through the air. She looks like a child, but she hits like a truck. I got to focus. Her spirit isn't the only threat.
すごい！またドールみたい。それともうつせみの術？違うわよね。主役は私なんだもの。せいぜい目障りなカトンボってところかしら。どっちにしろ面白い。素敵よしきくん。今ので当たらないのなら次はもっと少し強く言ってあげる。
Fortunately, Noelle is a similar disarray. Her attack just now was more or less a blind charge. She didn't even consider what to do if I dodged, and when I did, her momentum slammed her straight into a palisade. Perhaps she's not used to her newfound strength. No, more likely she isn't taking this fight seriously. though that doesn't make any less dangerous. One hit from my elbow crushed my bones to powder. My shoulder burned as it knit itself back together. I don't even have to look. I can imagine the muscle wreathing around my shattered bones like giant slugs, forcing them back into place.
なあ、さっきから気になってたんだけ
I just had to buy a few seconds.
何？私の魅力に参っちゃった？年下の先生って興奮しちゃう？
ど。そりゃ別の意味で参ってるけど。
A dead apostle is like an upgraded human. Those who become vampires can optimize their appearance to reflect the ideal self of their body to impart inhuman pleasures. Wait, what? Those who become vampires can optimize their appearance to reflect their ideal self? Really? So you become a dead apostle? You can change your form to your ideal self? Well, that makes sense with Nero, because Nero is like all shadows, right? And inside all that shadow is like a 666 beast. Vlov looks like Vlov though. Arc will always look like Arc. But I guess Arc can always change her looks anytime too. Now that I think about it. What about Roa? Roa doesn't even care. He just pick whatever his host is and run with it. Oh, never mind. Roa. That's right. Remember, capital letter Shiki had long hair. Well, I guess Roa had long hair, but then he cut his hair short. He went from the bandaged, long-haired dude, Michael Jackson, to short hair Roa. So Noelle's current appearance must be what she considered the pinnacle of beauty. For a living creature to consider their early puberty the pinnacle of anything is unfortunate.
いや、そうじゃなくて、あんたがロアを憎む理由は分かった。でもいいのか、こんな方法で。俺を殺してもロアは死なないぞ。
Roa is nothing but data to be transferred. Killing me won't affect him. She needs the 7th Holy Scripture baptism, or some means of delivering death directly.
その通り。頭のいい命乞いね。確かにあなたをめちゃくちゃにしたところでロアには何のダメージもないわ。私の復讐は果たされない。
なら。
でもいいの、そんなの。ロアへの復讐なんて今さら何の意味もないと思わない？ロアを殺せば誰かに褒めてもらえるわけでもないんだし、そういういい子ちゃんごっこはあの女にお似合いでしょ？
No surprises there. I long suspected that's how she felt. I roll off my shoulder, and good, it feels back in working order. Damn, he healed up. That's pretty quick.
やだ、びっくりさせちゃった。
No, he was just, dude. It took up two lines, and then his freaking shoulder fixed back up. Damn, vampire ability's OP.
そう、私はロアの転生体を殺したいだけ。あなたを殺して気持ちよくなりたいだけ。あの女を殺して気持ちよくなりたいだけなの。その後のことはまたその時に考えればいいと思わない？だってせっかく吸血鬼になったんだもの。後先を考えて我慢するなんて、そんなの人間らしいにも程がある。
矛盾してる。ロアを殺さないと先輩は死ねないのに。
バカじゃないの。あれは生き返るだけで死なないわけじゃないでしょ。殺せばちゃんと死ぬのよ、あの人は。だからね、ずっと殺し続けておけばいい。例えば濃硫酸のプールに浸しておくとかどう？生き返っても即死する状況にしておけば、あの子は永遠に生き返るけど生きていないことになるでしょ。
I brought myself more than enough time. My shoulder is good as new, although my head aches a little from expenditure of blood. I'm perfectly calm. I must be, because I'm fully aware of the zombies assembling outside the pen. So I can ask her one more final thing.
ノエル先生、これがあなたとの最後の会話でしょうけど。
最後の間違いよしきくん。日本語は正しくね。
むざむざ殺される気はありません。 あなたが俺だけを殺すというのなら筋は通っています。
へえ、だからシエルは見逃せっていうの？本気？でも無理だから。というか四季君の命なんてどうでもいいし、先にあなたを殺しておけばあいつはもっと苦しむでしょ。わかる？あなたはただの前妻なの。私にとってメインディッシュはあの女の処刑ってまだわかんない？
そうか。
There's nothing more to say. The memory of the helpless girl trembling in Chapel Hall fades into the back of my mind. In its place of conviction, clearer than ever, I cast aside the last vestiges of my human sympathy
俺がバカだった。
and grip my teeth against my headaches as I close on her for the second time. 6 meters between us, 2 steps until I'm in range. 1 step, my gaze homes in on her right hand, which is wielding her weapon, and her right foot, which tension is gathering. My right hand thrusts would use the left foot to support the body weight. She's using the right, which means 2 steps, I'm in the spear range. Excuse me. My body has far shorter reach than hers. The lines of death wriggle and wreath. Unless I dodge the coming attack, I won't be able to cut them cleanly. I screech to a halt in front of her, twist around the spear, shooting towards my heart and
なんてマジで付き合ってあげると思っちゃった？
she flicks me. There's a tap of her middle finger to my side is enough to send me crashing to the palisade.
Damn.
My back slammed against the metal spikes. My sides have gone numb. I fight for breath under a ruptured diaphragm. And then there's the sound. Dude, if this was Shido, how the fuck Shido's gonna win? That motherfucker can't do unlimited blade works. Not without Rin. The instant I touch the spikes, a brain scrambling cacophony assails me. I open my eyes to find zombies clawing at me. A swarm of hands grasp from my prone body. I roll away to get some distance from the palisade. The zombies will cross it, probably at no other command, which means she's coming to finish this personally. Why are you doing this, Natsu? Why are you making her stick her tongue out like this? Like, so many times already! What the fuck? But nothing comes. She's still at the center of the ring, clutching herself with pleasure.
これが吸血鬼の体なのね。イメージ通りに体が動いて、イメージ以上の力に満ちている。私、ずっと疑問だった。どうして吸血鬼たちはあんなに偉そうで、どいつもこいつも人間を虫けら扱いするのかって。でも、その理由が分かっちゃった。だって実際虫けらなんだもの、あなたたち。たった一度生きて、たった一度死ぬしかないなんて小さすぎて笑っちゃうわ。
I get to my feet and walk back towards the vampire. My breathing is still impaired, but I'll heal before I reach my destination.
そうよ、いらっしゃい。あなたが逃げ出さない限り死者たちには手を出させない。次は指一本じゃなくて、ちゃんと平手打ちで真っ二つにしてあげる。この舞踏場の中でボロボロになるまで私と楽しみましょう。
We end up at the same distance before, 6 meters. No is more focused than ever. I clench my left hand to test whether it's recovering. The fingers still won't curl, but I can feel my arm at least. And now we traded 2 blows. I have all the information I need. I scout to myself. That's not a good sign. At this rate, I really could kill her. Oh. She was mistaking my hesitation for fear, because she launched herself at me with a spastic grin. A cruel thrust relying on pure momentum. She won't get the better of me a third time. She got faster, but I could see her limits. A newly restored left arm is once again sacrificed to intercept the blow. as the spark pierces my wrist on the way to my heart. I fling my arm out to the side, and there it goes again, I guess. But it's a small price to pay. For obstructed shot at the neck! Do it! Do it, Shiki! Fucking kill her! Kill her now! Hold on. Alright! Now kill her! The small round object falls to the air. A body is used to topple over and skids across the ground. It's like watching a train derail. It bucks and brakes as it careers through the debris until it slides to a stop as an unrecognizable pile of scrap. Easy. She never realizes what happened. Before she can even consider where she went wrong, her head crumbles to ash. Killed by Noel, stripped of their dignity and forced to rise again, the zombies collapse to the earth for the last time. Gradually, the world returned to its natural state, with only one exception. Ciel remained slumped against the wall, just as I left her. She's okay. She'll break free.
先輩済ませましたよ先輩
I approach her, calling her name. But she doesn't move a muscle, no matter what I do.
もうわかりました付き合います
I settle down beside her. Luckily, the night is still young. She has all the time in the world. As long as she wakes up by morning, it'll be fine. I'm still only half vampire. The sun won't turn me to ash. Yet, I don't think. Is this real? It's sometimes hard to tell if Noel genjutsu. Oh, right. I forgot. I might have screwed up. Ciel has all the time in the world. But that's not really true for me. That aside, this is a golden opportunity. I stare at Ciel's peaceful face. Shaky! She's gorgeous, beautiful. I love every bit of her. I break into a lecherous grin. Shaky! Oh, fuck. Time passes steadily on. Nothing moves. No one stirs. But I can't say imid. Ciel's lovely, even as a doll. I, on the other hand, am less than ideal. My headache is intensifying, reddening my vision with every wave of agony. You know, it's kind of weird that this is still going on, I say to break the silence. Ciel doesn't reply. She must be ignoring me. Killing a vampire should undo everything they've done, right? It would only make sense. Oh, Tono, you're so naive. Excuse me. I can almost hear her voice. She's right. There's no way things will ever be that easy. If they were, Ciel would have killed Roa days ago and set herself free. I still got some time, so I think about home for a while. Akia, Hisue, Kohaku. I hope they'll be happy without me. Maybe they'll even be better off that way. I think about the princess. What we have been if we met under different circumstances. You know, I think I might really love her. But things didn't work out for us this time. Say, God, if you're up there, give us another shot to make this what if come true. Give us a future where she can be unapologetically happy, and I can smile like I mean it. Ah, my head is really killing me. I can't even focus on the beauty next to me. I'm sorry, Ciel. I know I should have let you be the one to square things with Noel. But I didn't want to put you through that. I knew how much it would hurt you. so I took the burden on myself instead. The pain is getting to be too much. I think this is it for me. There's just one last job I need to do. I hope you'll be proud of me when you wake.
あ、仕方なかったよな。
I'm sorry, I couldn't keep my promise to you. With my end approaching, my head feels just a little clearer. The night is long. The night is dark. Unnoticed by the blackness, the curtain finally falls on the last arc. Dawn is still far. I pray she wakes before it comes. The end? Dang, he killed himself. Why? Alright. Tell me what I did wrong, Ciel Sensei.
ただいま。いろいろ買ってきたんでランチにしようぜ、シエル。
I like lunch.
野菜を食べるとお腹の調子が良くなるって知ってる？ああ、知ってた？そっか。食物繊維を制する者は食物連鎖を制する。見てくれ、このあふれんばかりのレタスうなる賞味期限3日過ぎたサラダ。全体的に黒い斑点がアクセントになってなんともおしゃれじゃんやんですか。
Did you say sell it on sale for $3? That's 3 days away from being expired? Okay.
残飯ですか？そうですか。でも野生ってそういうものですよね。いつもならこの辺りで
Oh yeah,
レ
she's
タスより
asleep.
玉ねぎの方が美味しいですよなんて辛辣なアドバイスが飛んでくるはずにゃのだが、貴様何者だ、優しすぎる。さてはシエルではにゃいな。
Oh, his Echo Arc. Echo Arc.
にゃあ、こんにちは。シエル先生の代理です。なんだエコかよ。通りすがりの猫かと思ったぜ。犬が出てくるってことは今回のエンドはあれかにゃ。はい、見ている者の主観によって不幸なのか幸福なのかに分かれるメリーバッドエンドです。にゃる、それで責任感じて落ち込みダウン中なのか、シエル。でも私このエンド好きだな。これでよかったんだよ感。
That is pretty bittersweet.
そうですね。対極的な視点で見るとこの後に出る被害者はゼロです。正しい終わり、正解の一つと言えなくもありません。マリオが聞いたら鼻で笑われそうですが、
I forgot about that character,
ともあ
Mario.
れ一つ前の選択肢に戻って選び直すだけで今回は解決です。簡単にボス倒せそうだけど空気読んでガンマすればいいだけだからにゃ。
She means pushover? Okay. Okay.
それはそれとしてちょっと気になることがあるんだけど、首を切らない方を選んだ後プレイによってノエルの反応変わってにゃい？
What?
ノエルとの親密度が高いと彼女のリアクションは少しだけ変わります。セリフ的には2箇所なので気にするほどの差分ではないでしょう。
What?
マジか、これからノエルに優しくする。ちなみにこういう差分って他にもある？彼女に一つだけ。アルクエイドの好感度が最大値になっているとこのルートの最終局面でわずかな変化があるようです。時間的には2秒、セリフ的には2箇所なので特に意識する必要はありません。
Wait, how do I max out Noelle affection points?
月姫博士か？私としては みっともないにも程があるので聞いてほしくないものですわ。
Economy arc.
みっともないセリフですか。カレー大好きとか言っちゃうのか。それはみっともないレベルではなく自己存在が危ぶまれる発言ですね。
I like the two arcs. They're pretty good. I'm so curious. I want to replay the entire game. What? Noelle can be nicer to me. I want to pick the Noelle route, but it's only like 2 lines. How do I be nicer to Noelle? I don't even know. You want to be nice to her? I want to be nice to her. I like Noelle. Yeah, she turned into a lowly vampire, but I mean, she's still Noelle. Doesn't change that fact. And she picked the body that she thinks she's happiest, which is before shit went down and her entire family died. She had pink hair. Whatever. Just before I sever her head, I stopped myself. My hard-won opening slipped through my fingers. Like a replay of our first clash, one of her limbs. This time her knee catches me and sends me bouncing across the broken ground. My left arm is no longer usable. It's so badly mangled I'm amazed it's still attached. The blood loss makes my head swim. Soon, I won't be able to breathe. The only saving grace is that without the warmth of the circulation I can feel the cold. I'm a picture-perfect walking corpse. But I know that this was a possibility. My play was all or nothing. That I squandered the chance to earn me. All that weight is death. As for Noelle, she's over 10 meters away, patting at her neck to make sure her head is still attached. Her face is a mask of terror. Wait, what did he do? Oh, he stopped. Her face is a mask of terror.
今もしかしてやばかったの？
I have nothing to say to her. A chance like that won't come around again.
待ってよ、待ちなさいよ。どういうこと？情けをかけやがったの？手に刺されるだけの虫のくせにこんなに強くなった私をまだ下に見るっていうの
？She falls back into the pillow and stares down at me as she pulsed by an insect.
もういい。遊びは終わりよ。そこで惨めな肉になっちゃえ。
The zombies start to chamber through the palisade.
本当に今更だけど、あんたのそういうところは素直にすごいと思うな。
I mean, she's employing the optimal strategy. There's a huge risk in engaging me at close quarters. Not that she realized I pose a very real danger. She won't stay in melee range. Her best options are picking me off from range, or wearing me down through force of numbers. As a drunk on power as she is, I know her limitations. A healthy level of cowardice is important for survival. Only 3 kinds of people would be insane enough to fight me head on. The mindless living dead, something powerful enough not to fear death, or a human capable of swallowing their terror.
俺の体力次第か。くそ。生きたまま食べられるのって痛いんだろうな。
I adjust my grip on my knife. There's no going near those spikes. If I try to jump over it, then I'll drop right out of the air like a bug hitting a zapper. The ring of zombies slowly tightens around me. With vampire endurance, I could probably take 20 at a best. Beyond that, my chance dropped to nil. Try as I might, I can't picture myself making it out alive. I could have finished this. I wonder why I didn't. but there's some nagging feeling that I should leave the well for someone else to deal with. Well, no time for regrets. It's not like I can afford to die here anyway. I mustered the last of my blood and brain power and hurled myself into the enroaching tide of undead. I cut down another zombie. That makes 10, 20, more. My vampiric body never ceases to amaze me. Several minutes without breathing, yet I'm still conscious. Only my precision has dulled slightly. Any blood I lose to regenerate rapidly from my bones marrow. As long as the sun is down, there's no limit to the life force I can draw from. Although with my left arm still healing, and zombies taking chunks out of me, my rate of blood production is barely keeping pace with my expenditure. But as long as I'm standing, I can keep fighting. That's 40 now. Only 10 or so left to go. I don't feel any headaches anymore. Not when my entire body feels like it's going to burst from restraint. But I can keep going. I can do this. Once I got rid of all the dead, I'll just have to bring their mistress back to the ground level and then...
いい顔ね。終わりが見えてきて生き返ったって感じ？実際あなたはすごいわしきくん。
Why are you doing
私
this,
感
man?
動しちゃった。だからご褒美をあげる。
Stop making her stick out her
そ
tongue
の
like
希望
that.
をぐちゃぐちゃに踏
When
み
she
潰
looks
し
like
て
this, at least.
思いっきり泣かせてあ
She
げる
can
わ。
do this when she's regular Noelle. Not lowly Noelle, though. Funeral bells sounds across the crater. How long has it been since this battle started? Only now do I notice that more zombies are amassing outside the ring. At least as many as there were originally.
残念だったわね、おバカさん。ここをどこだと思っていたの？ドアの地下墓地の慣れの果てよ。手足になる死者なんてそれこそ吐いて捨てるほど埋まってる。そうね。私から見てもざっと10体分ぐらいはいるんじゃないかしら。
My heart finally sinks at the last of my hope evaporates. 10 times 10. More than 100 zombies. Still more are coming. Just let go, a voice whispered in my ear. The proposition is all the more appealing to a vampire. Getting injured doesn't hurt all that much. It's the healing that's agonizing. So dying would be peaceful. In a way, giving up is the easiest choice. Wait, what the hell am I going on about? Since when did I care about doing things the easy way? I cut my way through the latest wave. Even now, she's still toying with me. Left to their own devices, her minions would have gnawed me to pieces by now. The only reason I'm still alive is because she's still controlling them. She's sending them at me one by one as she watches from a high. This must be revenge from humiliating her. She's waiting for a tenter hooks, but the moment I falter.
驚いた。それで50体目よしきくん。でもいい加減疲れたでしょ。自分から殺してくださいって思えてきたでしょ。そもそも何のために戦うの？もう牢に乗っ取られるって分かっているんでしょ。どのみちあなたは消えるんだから、もう楽になったら。
Shut up already. These zombies are bad enough without her voice in my ear. The only thing I'm getting tired of is her games. If she wants to kill me, she's going to have to work for it.
ほんとしつこい人ね。ねえ、どうして死にたくないから戦うの？でもあなたはもうすぐ消えるじゃない。なのにどうして諦めないの？目障りにムカつくの見ていられないの。ほらさっさと死ね虫けら。あの時の私みたいに何もかも投げ出せって言ってるの。
I feel a spike coming from above and I leap back. It flies from my hands and pierces the ground at my feet. She stared dumbly down at it, as though she cast aside her pride with her own hands. In this killing field, I found myself grinning.
何がおかしいのよ。先に頭の方がいかれちゃった。諦めないのは脳が腐ってもうゾンビになってるからなわけ。
I'm not certain I'm still the same person, but apparently I retained the capacity for pity.
まったく言いたくはなかったけど、あんたの勘違いは耳障りだから教えてやるよ。俺は死にたくないからあがいてるんじゃない。シエル先輩がいるから立っているだけだ。あんたが何をしようが知ったことか。
なんですって。
I take a deep breath. As soon as I say this, it's over. No more playing around should come from my head. I'm fine with that. I can take it. But unless I reaffirm here and now what is it I'm fighting for, I might lose sight of who I am.
俺が諦めないのは先輩を信じているからだ。もっと生きていたいからだ。っていうか俺はこれからずっとシエルと楽しくやっていくんだから、こんなところで死ねるかバーカ。
Stick that in your pipe and smoke it.
ああ、そういうこと。拷問って苦しめるだけが答えじゃないのね。命を奪うこと、未来を奪うことそのものが責め苦になるやつもいるわけ。
The zombies cease their lurching movements. A numerous number of spikes array themselves behind Noel, more than my brain could possibly follow.
いいわ。それならさっさと殺してあげる。あの女への見せしめに隙間なく埋まって死ね。
The spikes settle into rows and fly at me in volleys. This isn't a precision strike, it's a carpet bombing. She's given up her zombies as collateral damage. My legs reflexively try to dodge, but I freeze. There's no avoiding this. I'm done for. Oh, Ciel? But they never arrive. A steel cannonball blasts through the metal ring from the sidelines. One of the church black keys rests on the ground. That could only mean... Why did she wake up on this one? And not the other? You know, when you chop off the Noel's head. I look up in joy. The vampire looks up in anger. We follow the black key's trajectory to its source. She stands atop a crumpled pillar. Piercing eyes look down on the well, framed by a cold moon. At last, Ciel has woken up from her dream. Alright. I watched normality descend into nightmare. I watched parents kill their children. I watched children kill their parents. I watched as all are consumed by indiscriminate slaughter. I watched helpless to intercede, as a hell of my own creation unfolds. I try to hold myself back, but it's pointless. I try to close my eyes, but it's useless. I try to shut my mouth, but it's hopeless. And when nothing else works, I try to kill myself, but I'm powerless. I am a sick kind of machine. A capacitor built to attract blood by any means. Perhaps that is insulting to machines. A machine is the least efficient about its work. No one would design a machine to enjoy its victim terrors or savor their screams. Excuse me. I haven't been human for a long time. It's an imposter cloth in human skin. Regardless of what I have or have not done, my nature marks me for death. So, they all said, and they were all right. My existence was unjustifiable. I hoped it would at least be over before the sun rose. But the night never ends. The ritual very nearly succeeds. Arc falls neatly into my grasp. Given just a little more time, I'll be able to devour her. Instead, invited seventh guest effortlessly tips the scales against us. And so I die. At long last. My only regret is that it didn't happen sooner. I am discarded by the roadside. My carcass left to rot among those of the people I killed. My eyes are closed for what follows, so I have no way of knowing how the story ends. Finally, I plunge into death's dark abyss. It's alright. It's better this way. Now I'll never have to wake again. Now the memories won't haunt me night after night. It's best for everyone that I stay dead. But even in sleep, I couldn't forget. Of course not. I mustn't ever forget what I'd done. So instead, I fought, hoping to be some use to humanity, vowing never to rest for as long as I lived. I convinced myself that even I could make a difference. How foolish I was. All I achieved was hurting those around me. All I accomplished was tainting her soul. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I didn't know my place. I'm sorry I couldn't die when I should have. I'm sorry I can't fight anymore. I'm sorry for laughing. I'm laughing because, damn, Nasu, this shit is long as fuck. It's a really long night. These 6 years didn't change me one bit. I lost everything that made me who I am. Now I'm no more than a mindless husk. He made this really long. Usually I kind of don't have a problem, but I don't know, man. It feels like he's dragging this out for a bit. I think he stuffed too many things. I think Noelle shouldn't have been a vampire in her route. I think they should have killed Vloth a lot quicker. And then Noelle becomes the main enemy, instead of Noelle having one night to fight. Right? I think that's what happened. Nasu overdid it on the Ciel Route. He made it too long. He made it have too many enemies. He wanted too many things to happen. And it feels like now it feels like it's dragging on his feet. The story, at least. I lost everything that made me who I am. I'm no more than a mindless husk. It's only right that this is how I meet my end. Killing my own heart until there's nothing left inside me. I'm so sorry. I never should have fooled myself into thinking I was worthy of saving anyone. Damn, this route's like 4 hours. Almost 5 hours. Well, not route, this day, this chapter. So why? Why do I still feel the warmth of my hand through my hair? I see. There's someone still out there fighting, carrying me onwards, even though I don't deserve it. Calling my name over and over, refusing to abandon me. The pallid heat of his body warms my chest. I wish he'd stop. I wish he'd leave me here. There's someone out there who needs me. I'm sure he isn't the first. But that isn't enough. I can't fight anymore. I can't take it. I can't bear the memories. I've been in pain for so long. All I want to do is rest. I've never been strong, just terrified of stopping. It was only a matter of time before I derailed and crashed. Ah, my chest hurt. So what would be the point of picking myself back up? No matter how many vampires I killed, or how many lives I saved, I will never find forgiveness.
自分は許されないだって。そんなの当たり前だ。あなたは絶対に許されない。何よりあなた本人が自分を許すことを認めない。
The voice is right by my ear, speaking the heartfelt words of someone who is no longer here. But he's right. There's no forgiveness waiting for me. No absolution. I can't ever atone for my past. The best I can do is stay here, in the darkness.
違いますよ。 あなたが許さないと誓ったのは過去じゃなくてこの先の行いでしょ。何をしても結果は同じなら、何をしても失われたものは戻らないのなら、せめて一つでも多くの良いことをやって死なないと。
I sob into my knees. Her words strike home. His words strike home. The thought of my stupidity threatens to tear my chest open. I know, believe me, I know. I spent 6 years living like that. But now I wonder if that wasn't sinful in itself. After all the lives I've taken, what right do I have? I'm not gonna lie, if I wasn't streaming, I'd be pressing X pretty quick. I feel like, keep going.
許されないの。
My sob intensifies as the depth of my cowardice hits me. I must be the vilest creature alive. Everything on this skip. What's up, Bilbo? Everything on this earth should scorn me. It's long as hell, man. It's so long. Dude, this chapter is like 5 hours. It's hitting 5 hours. It's so long. Well, probably not. I don't know. It's like 4 or 5. It should have been another night or something. And yet, I feel the squeeze of someone's embrace.
あなたは言った。死なない体だから。体が強いから罪に耐えられた。自分と同じ体なら
I don't even know what's
誰で
going
も
on
耐えら
anymore,
れた
to
と。
be honest.
でも、それは違う。
My mind kind of like
絶対に違うんです。
zoned.
体が強いからじゃない。あなたは始まりから心が強かった。
Man, who gave Nasu money?
そういう強い心があったから罪を背負い続けられた。
Motherfucker wrote too much fake grand order. What the hell?
それは
That's something he can never have, he says. And I should be proud to let it shine through. My sins may be many, but if I manage to cultivate a virtuous heart, to nurture it, to keep it close, then there was meaning in my atonement. He tries to hide the sadness lurking beneath his words, as though he's letting go of something he desperately wanted for himself.
俺はどうしようもない人間で、実のところ感謝することはたくさんあったけど、楽しいと思える時はなかったんです。でもあなたがいてくれた。あなたがいてくれると嬉しい。あなたが笑ってくれると嬉しい。俺は先輩のために生きていきたいと思ったんです。
It's
あな
not
た
the
の道
shiki
に
that
突
I
き去っ
like.
ていく。あなたが許される日は来ないと分かっていても、あなたが自らを許せる日が来ることを願ってずっと一緒に歩いていく。だから
Yeah, he looked like Orc.
厳しいけ
A
ど
little bit, right?
力尽きるまで
The shadow.
戦うのをやめないで。
The pressure of his embrace fades away. His presence gently withdraws. With a bashful smile, he runs off towards the battlefield. His faith in me, the wings at his back.
なんて見当違いの信頼でしょう。私が始まりから強かった。全く馬鹿らしい。あなたは自分を殺さなかった。自分の命可愛さにみんなを見殺しにした。この世で最もありきたりな利己主義という悪心。それが私たちの正体でしょう。
I stop my weeping. Boiling blood surges through my leaden body. It's painful, excruciating. I come back to life more times than I can count, but the agony is overwhelming every time. I really can't seem to stop apologizing. I'm sorry, my body. I put you through a lot, but please, bear with me just a little longer.
私たちは元からそういう生き物だった。ロアという吸血鬼はケーキに過ぎない。私は優れた肉体を持って生まれてしまった。いずれ周囲との圧力は起こっていた。それがあのような形になっただけだ。私はどうあれ、きっと多くの罪を犯していた。多くの人間に石を投げられる運命だったのよ。
I ripped the skin off my back. Painful, but necessary to tear free from the darkness. Besides, listen, can you hear it? Even now, far away, someone's fighting for me, believing in me. I've flayed myself to the bone if that's what it takes to repay their trust.
どうしてまだ希望を見るの？まだ罪を認めないの？私は絶対に救われない。代行者としてのあなたは犠牲者に過ぎない。私たちには救われる奇跡も生きている理由も愛される価値もない。
Alicia! Oh, that's her name!
Alicia.
Yeah, I remember. Her name is Alicia. I remember that from Tsukihime fan disc. What's that called? Kogetsu Toya. Alicia. You're right. I'm not worthy of anyone's love. But I have seen a miracle, something noble and pure. Everything he's ever had has been taken away from him. So cruelly and completely has he been robbed. He can't even conceive what he's lost. Everyone has the right to pursue their own happiness above all else. It's him. Yet he prayed for mine instead. In all his strength, he chose me. So I had to prove that I'm worthy of his faith. And that desire, I discovered the last remnants of my will.
So.
I reached up towards the light. My body drained the strength, my heart as weak as ever. My doubts will stay with me until my dying day. But I have to do this. This life I have isn't for lamenting past. It's for standing up and fighting. However many times it takes, or as long as there's a single shred of hope left in me. Alright, we get it. Ciel's awake.
この偽善者。
Alright, thank you for waking up, senpai.
吸血鬼になっても甘い狙いですね。あなたの本命は私でしょう、ノエル。
Ciel regards Noelle from the top of her pillar. As she should, there's no need to look at me. Come here on the earth. And now I've seen she's unarmed. Unharmed. I had nothing to say to her. I played my part. Now it's up to these two to settle the score.
さっきまでメソメソ泣いていたくせに戻ってきた途端に上から目線とか笑えるわ。何？もしかしていじめられるのが癖になっちゃったもう一度私の目に見入られたいの？
Yo, fucking infinite Tsukiyomi. Oh, Mangekyo Sharingan. Infinite Tsukiyomi.
そうですね。それがどんな仕組みの魔眼なのか興味はありますから、使っていただく分には益があります。でもやめておいた方がいいですよ。あなたの魔力量ではその魔眼は多用できない。
She can't do it.
もう一度使えばあなたは自戒します。何よりもう聞きませんから。それ魔力はより強い魔力に洗い流される。どこのそのレプリカかは知りませんが、分かっていればこの通りです。
She got Thanos' glove. The back of Ciel's right hand is glowing. With my half-vampire gaze, I can see a vortex of energy swirling between the two combatants. The scarlet curse emanates from Noelle's eyes, encircling Noelle with a tangle of thorns. But its barb decayed the moment they touch her body. The curse embedded in her right hand overwhelms them with a sheer magnitude. I've seen this light before. It's the heart that law of curse burned with the same brilliance.
ほんと、どこまでも偉そうな女。やだやだ、そんなに先輩面したいんですか、シエル先輩。これ見よがしに昔の勲章を見せびらかすとか、代行者としても吸血鬼としても上だって言いたいの？え？そんなこといちいち言わなくちゃ伝わらないレベルでしたか。いつもの辛辣さが戻ってきたじゃない。でも今さらやる気になっても手遅れだから。冷静になって下を見下ろしたら、四季君は私の指先一つで死者どもの食い物になる。 もうあなたが何をやってもあの子は助けられない。それが嫌ならおとなしく私の魔眼に。
失礼。そちらなら当然真っ先に終わらせました。
Huh. For just a second, she glances at me. It seems like she's trying to tell me something, but I can't really figure it out. All I can do is look back up at her wearily. Hold on. Pinpricks of light fills the sky. They aren't stars. A reverberation hits me. A dozen, 2 dozen more. There's no doubt about it. Those are Ciel black keys. Noah sounds just as surprised as I am. The rain of black keys pierces every last zombie surrounding me, destroying them utterly. Noah turns a murderous glare towards me, or rather towards the empty ground where a minion used to be, one last time, and then she cuts me out. As far as she's concerned, I no longer exist. Even the pragmatist, I would have done the same thing. She can no longer afford any oversights or miscalculations. With the table so decisively turned, her objective has changed. You know, man, they kind of made Ciel a little OP. She wasn't that OP in the original Tsukihime, right? I think if I remember correctly, in the far side of the moon route, I think it's Arcueid route, Ciel get captured and violated by Roa. If she's this OP, how is she gonna get captured by Roa in the far side of the moon route, Red Garden route? Let's see, I guess. They probably might cut that out, because a lot of people probably like Ciel now, right? With her redesign. So, Nasu is probably like, let's not let her get violated this time. Erase that. Now, she is a mortal peril. In the coming minute, she will have to lay her very existence on the line. Not to kill, but to survive.
私の今までの戦い、今までの贖罪は全て嘘だったと言いましたね、ノエル。
言ったわ。何度だって言ってあげる。あなたは嘘つきで、本当のことなんて何一つなかったんだって。
そうですね。私の心は嘘にまみれています。けれど消えないものもある。党の士気を助けたいという気持ちも、贖罪の名のもとに殺してきた犠牲者たちも、犯してしまった過去の罪も、決して消えない私の真実です。私はそれを認めます。これから私が犯す命、私が残す憎しみを全て自分の罪だと認めます。あなたが私を殺すことを正当なものだと受け入れます。
はあ？何を当たり前のことを言ってるのよ。認めたからなんだっていうの。そんなことで自分が正しいだなんて言い張るつもり？
A wall of spikes takes form behind Noelle's back, like a vampire fangs ready to sink into their prey.
いえ、善か悪かで言えば私は悪でしょう。ですが、悪だから良き生き方を望んではいけないかというのなら、それは間違いでした。だって、人間の善悪と人生の善悪は悲しいほど違うものなんですから。私のせいだと復讐に走るあなたの言い分は間違いであり正しい。ロアの転生を止めるという私の使命感も間違いであり正しい。今私たちは同じ境界に立っている。
The same threshold, she says. They are both sinners straddling the line between good and evil. On this battlefield, they are equals.
なら、後の計りは力で示すしかない。互いが間違いであるのなら、それぞれの正しさは互いの強さでしか測れない。
The seventh holy scripture clanks into position. Ciel's eyes make it plain that she will say no more.
何それ。結局強い方が正しいっていうわけ。ああ、本当に信じられない。最後の最後までムカつく女。
She doesn't understand. Ciel isn't saying that might makes right. He's saying they're both right in their own way, but brute force is the only way left to make their cases. It's an apology for failing to apologize before things reach this point. But it falls on deaf ears.
開き直りやがって。それが不公平なんだって何度も言ってるじゃない。
Bell chose to announce the holy night. The executor meets them head on. The vampire can offer the executor no forgiveness. The executor can offer the vampire no salvation. With no recourse left but violence, their final battle begins. Noah's spears streak towards the mark like shooting stars. A rain of steel that would skewer anything on its path, even a foe with superhuman capabilities. She is using distance to her advantage. At range, her supremacy is beyond question, or it would be if her foe were merely superhuman. Man, the vast distance closing in a distance. The rain is still clouding the sky, shattered against an opponent who doesn't even design to block. In a blink of an eye, the executor enters killing range. Damn, dude, the arc route is after this. I mean, not the arc route, the arc fight. It still had the arc fight, too. I wonder what they're gonna do with that. A wall of spikes deflects the bayonet lethal tip, only to blast into shards of twisted scrap. It's the third time the same dance has played out. Noel's resources are starting to run low. By contrast, her opponent is an implacable juggernaut, blazing with bottomless magical energy. Wiping away tears of shame, Noelle rallies herself. She knew it would be like this. Tormenting a sad little half-vampire was one thing, but her current opponent is a monster whom other monsters fear. Victory won't come easily. She knew this from the very beginning, and yet... Each blow pushes her a little further backwards. Each clash saps a little more of her strength. She can't take much more of this. Her only chance is to marshal all of her strength and kill her enemy right here, right this instant. She burns every last drop of blood in her veins, draining down spikes until her reserves are dry. Her efforts beget only despair. The executor is unstoppable, invincible. She can find no opening to exploit, only no weakness to give her cause for hope. Is to punish the woman who took everything from me. The vampire screams bitter venom. But the executor faces the accusation and cuts it down. For years, Noelle has pursued her vendetta against Roa. Avenging those he killed was her only motive. It would be fair to call her righteous. But her cause is tainted by self-indulgence. Deliberately tormenting dead apostles, playing judge, jury, and executioner for their victims. Her lust for pleasure has claimed 50 human lives. She has used her ends to justify deplorable means. And that is far cry from just. All she has left is a single spear in her hand. She draws her old skills with the halberd, a memento of the time she was human. She swings with all her might. Ironically, at the final juncture, their battle has taken on a familiar form. They have sparred like this many times over the years. That familiarity forces a momentary stalemate.
そう私はロアなんてどうでもよかった。この先ロアに食われる奴らなんて関係ないし気にもならない。私は私の町を食い物にしたあんたを殺したかっただけなんだ。
That is the truth at the heart of her being. She cares not for the lives Rowan might take, only for those he had already taken. And this is the result. Her desires have twisted her into a murderous abomination. Now she is no different from the very vampire she so despised. Aye. A slash of the guillotine blade sends her flying. She slumps weakly to the ground, split from shoulder to hip. She plants her broken spirit in the earth to keep her torso upright. The battle is over. The executor steadily advances on her incapacitated foe.
吸血鬼になったことではなく、吸血鬼として行動したこと。それがあなたの間違いです。死とノエル。弱き人々を守護する精霊と父の名において、あなたへの刑を代行します。
The word roused her fading consciousness. She is no longer an executor, not even a clergywoman, only dead apostle in the well. She looks down on herself, as though surprised to find a vampire, failing body staring back. Whether it is sadness or disbelief that courses through her, she cannot tell. Not now she has sold her mortality, but something burns in her veins. How did things end up this way? I always hated her, but I thought we had a truce. Maybe this was always coming, but it shouldn't have happened so soon. Something tells me I should have much farther to go. So why did things come to a head now? Of course, what else? My rage could not be contained. I could have lived without forgiving her. If she just stayed the way she was, I might have settled for indifference, but not after that.
すっごいすっごい大成功。ノエルちゃんってばものすっごい。よし、サービスでもう一本あげちゃいましょう。あ、でもこれはシャレだから追加で打つのはやめときなさいね。今ですら破裂寸前なんだもの。もう一つ上を目指すなんてほんと一瞬で溶けちゃうから。
Oh, she got the shot. No, it's seized by a grotesque metamorphosis. The newborn star flares into being, explodes and condenses into a galaxy, all within her chest. Internal transformation on a cosmic scale. But her own body is the first to shatter as her curse tears through it. But in that moment she finds joy. Now at last she is her enemy's equal.
イデアブラッド。そんなものを打ち込むなんて、ノエル。
うるさい。うるさい。うるさい。痛い痛い痛い。助けて。シエル助けて。うるさい。お前なんかに助けられるか。こんなひどい。痛い。どうしてどうして。
Her candle is all but burned down. She blindly lashes out again and again. Each strike to execute a man.
なんでよ。演技のままならよかったのに。いつもの非人間のままなら私だって許せたのに。吸血鬼を狩るだけの、戦うだけのエンジンならよかったのに。本当に心から尊敬していたのに。なんで こんなところで私を置いてただの人間に戻っちゃったのよ。
She launches a final blow even as her body breaks. A killing thrust born of all her newfound strength. Faced with the sum of Noel's entire being, Ciel brings her barrel to bear and readies her stake driver. For a moment, she is tempted to surrender to the encroaching spear, the primal scream in Noel's soul. Then she hardens her heart and annihilates her foe. The stake driver obliterates Noel's core. Her spirit falls to the ground with a clang. She stretches a blood-stained hand towards nothingness, grasping for someone she could never reach. Her whispers belong not to the executor, not to a vampire, but to a young girl curled up scared and alone in a chapel hall.
お父さんを返せ。お母さんを返せ。私の人生を返せ。
The disintegration reaches her torso. As her flesh crumbles, the darkness closes in.
お願い返して。返してよ。
She leaves behind one final wish, left unspoken for 13 years. Alright, Noel's dead. There's only one character left standing. Well, I guess one enemy left. Silence returns to the ruined crater. Ciel remains where she stands, head bowed. She never pulled her trigger. The girl's body turned to ash and scattered on the wind before a stake driver could finish her work. She does not let go of her weapon, does not relax her shoulders with a sigh, does not turn to face me as I drew up by her side. All she does is whisper 7 simple words.
5年間はちょっと長かったですね。
A brief soliloquy, delivered in colorless tone, belying the horror of the ordeal she just witnessed.
先輩。
基本的に私たち代行者のチームというのは1年も続かないんです。任務中にどちらかが死ぬか、生還しても引退させられるのが常ですから。だから代行者はこういうことに慣れているんです。どちらかが吸血鬼に落ちたら変わる前に殺してほしいとか、ほんとよくある約束で、任務前には冗談半分本音半分で言い合ったりするチームばっかりで。
先輩。
だから何でもないことで、特に悲しむことでもない。ノエルは吸血鬼になって人間社会にとって害悪になった。
Sure to kill
精
50
神的な
people.
問題ではなく構造的な問題です。彼女はもう人間を殺さなければ生きていけない体になっていた。彼女は身体能力も精神強度も並だったから当然の結果とも言えます。むしろ5年もよく続けられたものです。
先輩。
あのことは教会で再会しました。ちょっと驚きました。だって私より年上になってたんですよ。彼女はあれからずっと一人で6年も教会にとどまっていた。修道院に引き取られて5年かけてやっと代行者になった。でもお世辞にも優秀とは言えなくて、いつも死にそうな顔をしてすぐにリタイアしそうだった。その度に私に会いに来ては言いたい放題言って元気になるんです。呆れます。それから2年経って私たちはチームになりました。ちょっとした失敗で司祭様の不況を買った彼女が泣く泣く私を頼ってきたんです。自分を弟子にしてほしい、鋼鉄から守ってほしいって。 彼女からすれば死ぬほど嫌な選択でしょうけど、生き残るにはそれしかなかった。私は埋葬機関にスカウトされた後だったので、それなりに権限がありましたから。足手まといになると分かっていたけど、彼女を弟子として迎え入れました。それからずっと任務以外では口を聞かない関係のまま5年間が過ぎました。
Alright, I might be the only guy to say this, but I like Noelle, dude. Right? Am I the only guy that likes Noelle? Yeah. She's kind of crazy. Yeah. She's kind of sadistic. Yeah. She's kind of twisted. Yeah. She has like one of the worst personalities, I guess, overall. But I kind of like her, man. I don't know why. I always liked that character. I really liked it when Nasu kind of made it up to Noelle. He gave her a route in Melty Blood. A happy route. And I'm pretty glad that he actually did that. That's really nice of Nasu to do that for Noelle. She probably won't get a full-fledged route, but that Melty route is the closest thing for a happy ending for Noelle.
先輩。
正直肩の荷が下りました。あの子はとても生き残れなかったし、欲望を抑えるのが下手だった。こうなるのは目に見えていたんです。だから私と組まなければ、あの子はもっと早く対向車なんかやめられて。
いいんだ。謝っていいんだよ、先輩。
I want to play the Noelle route again in Melty Blood. I gotta see that ending one more time. She gasped sharply. Her formidable aura wavers for a moment. Not all but that's all. She stays facing away, holding back her feelings with all her might.
ごめんなさい。あなたに何も返してあげられなかった。
Soundlessly, voicelessly, tearlessly, she weeps.
Senpai.
I call out to her once more. I know I should wait until she's ready, but I can't bear to leave her alone any longer.
そろそろ行こう。秋でも夜は冷えるんだし、そんな薄着じゃ風邪をひきます。
I don't think we can finish Melty Blood today, bro. I mean, call it Melty Blood. Tsukihime. This is a long route. Dude, this route, I think it's like 50 hours for one route. It feels like it. Let me see. 12 times 13 times 2 at least. Not 13. 12 times 2 at least. Yeah, dude. Dang, just the Ciel route's like 40 hours. Pretty much. Alright, let's keep going. Let's at least finish this chapter. The next chapter is going to be long. But I don't know how long. She nods, takes a deep breath, then turns to look at me with a forced smile.
はい、ご迷惑をおかけしました。
It's okay.
私はこの通り元気なので、風邪なんてひきま。遠野くん、何ですかその体。
She dashes up to me to inspect my left arm. Dude, she just stabbed me. I almost black out as she touches my wounds. With everything that's happened, I've forgotten that my arm was shredded to bits.
治療、すぐに治療します。でも首都化しているなら秘跡は逆効果だから、この場合はどうすれば。
He needs blood. She continues to fuss over. Oh, Ciel's human, kinda. You can drink her blood. She continues to fuss over my arm. It still hurts, but it's 1,000 times better than watching her force a smile.
いいですよ。 無理に治さなくて。放っておく分には痛みはないし、栄養を取れば治ってくれそうです。まだ半分は人間ですから、俺。
How come vampires gotta drink human blood? Why can't it be like cow blood or pig blood?
あ、そうなんですか。じゃあ私からの魔力供給なんかよりご飯の方が効果的ですよね。
ええ、きっと。だから早く帰りましょう。先輩のアパートなら食べ物はあるでしょう。ほら、作り置きのカレーとか。
She looks so offended. Man, I love her. At last, everything's back to normal. Now that a long night is at an end, we can...
遠野くん
Damn it. He always picks the worst time to butt in. Or maybe he just couldn't keep quiet any longer. The moment I let myself relax, my headache comes back with a vengeance.
ごめん、先輩。俺、歩けそうになくて。情けないけど、先輩の部屋まで肩を貸して。
情けなくなんかないです。無理をせず頭痛に耐えることだけに集中してください。あとは私に任せて。
She slips around to my right side and props me up.
ごめんなさい。抱えてあげたいのは山々なんですけど、私も荷物があって。はあ、もうこんな時にセブンは起きもしないんですから。
Oh! Seven is the horse girl. Is she a horse girl or what the fuck is she? She eats carrots. I think she's a horse. I don't know what the hell she is. I like Seven, man. How come she never got animated or voice? I hope they animate her in an anime or something. Cause I don't even know they're gonna make a Kogetsu Toya for this game. I would like a Kogetsu Toya remake. That'd be cool. I guess she's talking about her gun. Weapons in one hand and me on the other. Ciel starts to send the debris. At this point, I just want to black out. But I can't afford to lose consciousness yet. If I do, there's no guarantee that I'll wake. And besides, I have no more to say to Ciel. I had to keep being me, at least until dawn comes. Oh, I started playing the Idol Master Shiny color game. Like, actually play it. I downloaded it on my phone. It's like Project Sekai, but kind of easier. I got enough gems to roll, but I think I'm gonna save it for New Year's. I think kimono outfits are gonna come, right? I wanted to do kimono outfits in Idol Master, but they probably do. And so the battle over royal host comes to an end. Oh, it's Arc. But tonight, anyway. But Shikitono will last until tomorrow. He will not succumb to Rose so easily. Bathed in the light of the moon, she looks on from afar.
変な邪魔が入ったけど、結局あいつの独り勝ちか。ほんと、どこまでも目障りな女。いつも私の気を逆でるんだもの。邪魔者は大小様々だけど、間違いなく大きい方の邪魔者ね。
The one in white watches the two figures vanish from view down below, a grin blossoming on her lips. Shikitono and the executor. Her worn smile and cold malice are directed at them both.
おっかねえ独り言はそこまでだ。
What the fuck, Mario?
さっきを抑えろよ吸血鬼。その辺にしておかねえと、この辺りのカラスがストレスで全滅するぞ。
On top of the building teems with movement. A vampire stands on the edge and the blonde boy behind her. But they are far from the only one here tonight. Countless executor lies in wait, dressed in battle garb. Even now, their numbers grow. Looking in the shadows, or perched atop nearby buildings, they await their orders. Their presence is so blatant as to leave their purpose behind questions. They are here to surround and subdue the vampire in white.
マリオ、私、一度忠告したわよね。
ああ、してやがったな。なんでこっちも本気でやる。俺も後がないんでな。使徒になっちまった部下を放置してでも こっちに戦力を集中させた。あれは俺の責任だ。悔やんでも悔やみきれねえ。せめてその代償にあんたにはここで一旦消えてもらう。
Every word he says is true. Over 30 executives are positioned around the rooftop, each one equipped with wholly conceptual weapons designed to counter a true ancestor. This is a force assembled to exterminate Arc. Not powerful enough to overwhelm her, but with enough force arrayed to equal her. There's no way 30 executors can equal Arc. Arc's like an entire planet, dude. What? If it comes to battle, they will likely annihilate each other, leaving Mario the sole survivor. She can see that as clearly as he.
お見事。昔からきちんと計算するのよね、あなたは。この町に来る前の私なら、微笑みの一つでも送っていたかも。
やめてくれ、縁起が悪い。そもそもあんたが笑うことなんてなかっただろうが。ったく、異常すぎるぜ、今回のあんたは。大体、なんでロアを殺しに行かなかった？あいつがロアの逃避先だって分かってたんだろう。
ダメよ。今だとシエルが邪魔するでしょ。あいつがいるうちは我慢しなくちゃ。私、ことはできるだけ穏便におしとやかに済ませたいの。
おしとやかってどういう意味だ？
人間らしいって意味。シエルと戦い出したら私、楽しくなりすぎて町の人間をみんな殺してしまうと思うの。ほら、そうなったらシキに嫌われてしまうでしょ。
Okay. Okay. Damn, dude, Arc! The air seems to freeze. It is no longer the woman Mario once knew, nor is the creature of impulse he encountered days prior. There's something utterly alien, a cruel goddess who would dash to pieces those who displease her.
おい。
でも、その前にこっちが先ね。あなたがいるとロアを生かそうとするし、何よりシエルの味方をされたら面倒だし。小さい方の邪魔者は
Oh fuck, Mario's
ここ
gonna
で蹴
die.
散らしておきましょうか。
A phantom flower blooms in the moonlight. A Mario command that platoon executed leap into action. The mystic eyes. The crosshair converged on a pale vampire. They shouldn't even use mystic eyes. Were she the woman Mario anticipated, she would have died right there, but she is not. And with the crimson eyes, she scattered them. With crimson eyes? Better than the mystic eyes. The route is precise. I don't know what crimson eye is. The executor dropped one by one. No blood soils the concrete. An invisible force, she momentarily stopped her heart, rendering them unconscious but unharmed. In the blink of an eye, the battle was over, and the vampire turned to the young boy.
ああ、でもあなたは別よ、ベスティーナ。
Damn.
指導者として少しは血を流しなさい。
Oh, dude, she really is gonna kill Mario. Blood explodes on the blonde boy, four limbs. He slumped like a marionette with his strings cut. With his forehead drooping to the ground, he almost looks to be begging.
そうなってやがる。吸血衝動で弱ってるんじゃねえのかってめえ。
もちろん。乾いて乾いてどうかしそう。ドアに盗まれた私の一部を取り戻さないとこのまま壊れてしまうぐらい。だから一刻も早く士気を取り戻さなくっちゃ。
Okay.
取り戻す。何立ち狂ってんだてめえ。
Anything for you, my queen.
あのガキの中にはロアがいる。あのガキだってお前の敵じゃねえか。
士気がロアであることに何か問題があるの？
As the boy's mouth gapes, he finally put his finger on the source of his unease. A true ancestor using their power indiscriminately is certainly a threat, but not an unknown quantity. He himself once helped subdue a low-ranking true ancestor who succumbed to their vampiric impulses. This, however, is unprecedented. Arc has suffered an unthinkable malfunction. The most powerful vampire has broken in the most dangerous possible way.
これは運命なんだわ。
Fate stay night! Oh, shit.
必要なものと欲しいものが同じになるなんて こんなに嬉しいことがあるなんて
I need art.
私は今まで知らなかった。
Drunken infatuation. The woman in white looks to the sky. She stretches out her hand as though to grasp the moon.
ロアの逃げ先が式でよかった。それって心身ともに彼は私のものってことでしょ。
In the throes of bloodlust, she has never looked more love-struck. Alright. Dude. She's awesome. She's like crazy Yandir awesome. I like that a lot. You make it back to Ciel's apartment without turning any heads. Apparently Ciel keeps a simple glamour on herself to divert people's attention. So as long as I'm with her, there's no danger of being noticed. I think I'm not gonna lie. Well, obviously I don't really lie anyway. But dude, Arc is still my favorite character. I know everyone likes Ciel more than Arc, because the Ciel route, right, is way better in the remake than Arc. But come on, man. That Yandir in that face? Come on, bro. Arc, white woman spotted. I mean, I guess Ciel is technically a white woman too. She's half. But a white woman spotted Arc. I knew vampires could do some crazy things, but I guess Church isn't far behind. Dang, Arc is so awesome. We make our way inside. Only 10 days has passed since I first came here, but that evening feels a lifetime ago.
どうぞ。狭苦しいところですが楽にしてください。
Oh, I like that ear.
では
Good
お邪魔
job,
します
Takuichi, drawing that ear. Even after everything that's happened, I still feel self-conscious about coming to a girl's house late at night.
頭痛はどうですか？ここなら少しは緩和されるはずなんですが。
My headache died down for a moment. I entered the apartment. It hasn't disappeared completely, but is much more bearable.
すごい、めちゃくちゃ楽になった。さすが先輩、本当何でもできるんですね。
それは良かったです。私の知識もたまには人の役に立てるんですね。
You meant Roa's knowledge. She smiles in relief. Her expression remains drawn.
遠野くんはそこにいてください。ご飯温めてきます。
She listlessly retreats to the kitchen. I hope it won't be long before she's back to... Wait a minute, back to normal.
先輩、ちょっと待って。
はい？何かリクエストですか？
Yeah, I want curry. Please.
ご飯を大盛りに？それともルーを2倍ですか？
I want double gohan and double curry, please. She got a full menu all planned out. Is she making up for the convenience store food she served last time? I guess better not to ask. Anyway, there's something more important in my mind.
着替えないんですか？その服なんていうか。
Attractive. Threatening, or maybe enticing?
おかしいですか？
She can lose the gloves, but I like the miniskirt.
いえ、文句なしで似合ってます。そこは自信を持ってください。ただ、つい廃墟で追いかけられたことを思い出しそうになるというか。
It might be the start of a deep-seated trauma. It's getting late, sorry about that. If I'm being honest.
そうですよね。失礼しました。ご飯の前に着替えるのが先ですよね。
She's also covered in the well blood. So, she should probably take a shower. Maybe Shiki will like that. He's half vampire. A little blood on his curry. She bolts into the bathroom like a frightened rabbit. I guess she realized what's going through my head. After we polish off an intriguing dinner, Ciel insists on tending to my arm, or at least making it look more presentable. Just a splint and a bandage will make a world of difference.
それで、先輩。俺はこれからどうすればいいのかな。
If we consult the church, we might uncover a way to restrain Roa.
まずは遠野くんの中のロアを一時的に鎮静化させます。この部屋は簡易的な聖域になっていますから、 とりあえずここにこもっている限り危険はないはずです。
ですね。頭もヒリヒリするぐらいでめまいも起こらないし、高揚感に襲われることもないし。でもそれは一時的なもので万全ではない。
はい、あくまでロアを沈静化させているだけですから、根本的な解決にはなっていません。加えてロアの意識は日に日に増大していくものです。この部屋もいずれ意味をなさなくなる。ですからその前にロアを消し去る方法を見つけ出します。先ほども言いましたが、法王朝に戻れば何らかの手段があるはずなんです。だって13年前とは違う私というサンプルがあったのですから、彼らが天聖体とロアの魂を切り離す研究をしていないはずがない。
じゃあ本当にうまくすればロアを切り離せる。
ですが仮にその手段が確立されていたとしても、あなたを待っているのは地獄かもしれない。その術式が私一人で扱えるものならまだいいけれど、もし本国でなければ行えないものなら。
シエル先輩だけじゃなく俺も教会に行かなくちゃいけないってことですね。
はい、彼らから見れば私もあなたも異端者です。人並みの扱いはされないでしょう。遠野くんの場合、目のことさえ黙っていれば普通の男の子ですから、私のように研究材料として扱われることはないでしょうけど。
それでもすごく痛い。
どうでしょう、痛みや耐性を測る手術ではありませんから、麻酔ぐらいは使うと思いますが、まあそのあたりは立ち会う人間の趣味ですね。異常性癖者でないことを祈ってください。
Unusual taste. I bite back at a really bad joke. She has a real talent for saying the wildest things with the straightest face. She probably doesn't even realize it.
問題は過程ではなく結果です。教会でも治療ができなかった場合、遠野くんは吸血種として扱われてしまうんです。そうなってしまったら、あなたは私と同じ扱いを受けることになる。死んだ方がマシな扱いをされてしまう。だから。
Another reason she wanted to end my life before I could transform to Roa. Then and now, her goal is to save me from the lifetime of agony. Only this time, I'm not sure her solution is the right one.
いいですよ先輩。それが一番確実ならどこにだって行きます。この部屋だってずっと安全なわけでもないんでしょう。どんな結果になっても先輩に文句は言わないし、誰にも文句は言わせません。
いえ、たとえ何を敵に回そうとも誰にも遠野くんを傷つけさせない。
That's assuring.
それだけは信じてください。
Thanks,
もちろん
senpai.
先輩が大好きですから俺。
If there's one thing I can trust is that Ciel will always be on my side. All I'm worried about now is passports and travel fares.
どちらにせよ、遠野くんはしばらくここで待機です。その間、私はこの国の支部に出向して本国と渡りをつけます。なんとか1週間以内に話をつけますから、
Wait, she's
それまで
leaving.
一人で待っていてください。
ちょっと待って、先輩の部屋に一人で何日も泊まり込むんですか俺。
ですね、遠野くんの命がかかっているんですから、それぐらい我慢してください。
I don't know about that. Isn't a week a long time? What if he gets hungry?
妹さんに連絡を入れるぐらいはいいですけど、あんまり事情は説明しないでくださいね。
いや、この部屋に不満があるんじゃなくて、むしろ逆なんですけど。先輩がいいならいいです。
The important thing is that I know what I'm doing next. I just need to stay put and wait for Ciel. As long as I can fend off Ro until then, I'll be okay. There's just one thing left to discuss.
俺の話はこれで済みました。次は先輩の番です。
Something I care about far more than my own petty problems.
私の番ですか？
はい。何もかもうまくいって、
I mean, what-
何もかも終わった後の話です。ロアが消えて体が元に戻ってたら、先輩は俺と付き合ってください。もちろん恋人としてですよ。ちゃんと学校も卒業してくれないと嫌です。二人で青春を謳歌しましょう。
恋人って慎んで受けじゃなくて、なんか性格変わってませんか遠野くん。すごく動物的なような。
もともとこういう性格です。やりたいことはやります。とにかく先輩は俺と一緒にいてください。今まで頑張ったんだから、ちょっとぐらい普通の生活をするべきなんです。それと死にたいと思うのもなしです。それだけは絶対になしですから。
I feared as much. Her heart is still mired with guilt. She had only come this far chasing a single hope, that once she kills Rora, she'll finally be able to die. Without that, she never could have endured for so long. But I can't watch her live like that any longer.
ダメですよ、そんなの。
Her voice instantly douses my excitement. She sounds like she's on the verge of tears.
遠野くんの言いたいことはわかります。私も安易に死を望むことはもうありません。彼女を殺した以上、自分のために死ぬことはできません。でもそれと私の在り方は別問題です。私はロアとして多くの人間を殺しました。その罪の清算が残っています。たとえ不死身で亡くなっても、私は最後まで償わなければいけません。いえ、償いたいんです。
Alicia. She stopped dedicating herself to dying, only to dedicate herself to saving others instead. Excuse me. When would she learn to think about herself? She started to act like she finally understood, but I knew better. She never had a clue.
それはそれでいいと思いますよ。すごく。先輩は一生償えばいい。もう納得するまで償ってください。それと同時並行で自分の幸せを求めてください。だいたいブローブの時からそうだったし、先輩はブローブが憎いんじゃなくて、人間として当たり前の義務として戦っていた。そのあたりからして考えが真っ当なんです、あなたは。
She was nothing like me, if a single-minded focus on killing. However powerful she became, whatever hardship she had to endure, she only ever lived to serve the greater good.
でもそれは、私にはそれしかできないから。
何言ってるんですか。あれだけ学校で人気者だったくせに。戦うことしかできないなんて笑わせないでください。いいですか。先輩は普通の生活だってできるんです。でもそれだけじゃ物足りない。あなたは欲張りだから全部解決したがってるだけなんです。自分の過去も未来も半端にはできない。だからいっつも貧乏くじを引いていいように利用されるんですよ。
そんなことはありません。私そこまでお人よしではありませんから。
ならちょっとは悪いことをしましょう。先輩には両立できるだけの素質も努力もあるんだから、続けたいんなら続ければいいんです。そうしていればいつか。
いつか。Oh, the blue sky. That's her ending. Oh, that's her old ending in the OG Tsukihime. I think it's something blue sky, right? Maybe someday she'll be able to seek her own happiness, even if she can't forgive herself. One day, the gratitude of those who say she saved will lift her up more than her regrets weigh her down. It might take years, it might take decades, but I can't imagine any greater joy than being by her side when that day comes.
とにかく先輩が楽しくやっていける時だって来ると思います。それを自分から切り捨てるのはやめてください。
そうでしょうか。それは夜に虹がかかるような話だと思います。
夜に虹？
お父さんの口癖です。私たちの町の例え話。起きては欲しいけど起きるはずのない出来事をそう言っていたんです。虹は太陽の可視光が分かれて見えるものですから。昔の人はそんな仕組みは知らなかったでしょうけど。
I don't think I get it.
いえ、何でもありません。ありがとう、遠野くん。あなたにそう言ってもらえるのは本当に嬉しいです。 でもやっぱりダメですよ。私はもう学生には戻れないし、遠野くんの恋人になんてなれません。私はあなたを騙して助けを求めてきたあなたを殺すところでした。あれだけのことをして今さら。
Wait a minute. Deceiving him was actually that was the truth. She actually did that on purpose. Damn, that's fucked up.
そんなこと気にしてたんですか、先輩は。
そんなことじゃないです。思い出すたびに死にたくなります。っていうか死にます。
I knew it like Arc more for a reason. Jeez, what's the big deal? Everything worked out in the end. The female mind really is a mystery.
大丈夫、俺は気にしてませんから。先輩も気にしなくていいよ。
Arc never lies.
好きな人に追いかけられるっていうのも貴重な経験だったしさ。
Is always honest. The only thing wrong with Arc is she's a little crazy. So I crack a joke in an attempt to put her at ease. Ciel remains stubbornly silent. Tears glisten in her eyes, and the tips of her ears are wetting.
何より今夜の先輩かっこよかったし、いつもの制服も包囲姿もいいけど、ここぞという時に特別な服装で決めてくるとか反則です。あんなの誰だって惚れ直します。
Okay. She's still not speaking, but she does glance my way.
あとは、そうだ、メガネをかけてないとイメージ変わるんですね。キリッとしてなんだか年上みたいに見えました。
That's her killer face.
みたいじゃなくて年上です。そりゃあの時から体は成長してませんけど。
何ですと。
Hold up. I think I just heard something with explosive implication that I should probably just ignore it. I need to know. For quite a while, she must mean since she turned into Roa and was killed by Arc. Colliding this with other available data reveals.
先輩、12歳の時からそんなスタイルなのか。
Wait a minute. There's no way. No way. Hold on, man. No, Nasu. Nasu, get the fuck out of here. Man. You mean she had that same look since she was 12? That's the same bullshit as fucking Saber. Pulled out Excalibur immortality at age 14? This is bullshit. Nasu, no. No. Nasu, no. No. See, in my head is, alright, she turned to Ro when she was 12. And then she turned into a corpse, right? A carcass. And she woke up 6 years later. So I was thinking, oh yeah, 12 plus 6, she's 18. At least the body's 18. That's what I was thinking. And then when she like revived back from the carcass 6 years later after Arc fucking took her heart out, her body matured, she's 18, and then she stopped aging. It's what I thought. No, Nasu. Nasu, no. No, 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 no. Nasu, no. Don't fucking do this, dude. First, you made Noelle into a lowly because she's a vampire. I'm like, okay, I get it. I guess, lore-wise, she was happiest before all the shit went down. Her entire hometown's down. She was happiest at 14. Okay, I get that part. Ciel, come on, man. This is some bullshit.
人より掃除家だったんです。それに目覚めてから少しは成長しましたから、絶対。
I've definitely gone up a size or two since I came back to life. See, alright, I think my theory's right. I hope I'm right. Just to keep myself a less guilty conscience. So she died at 12. Arc took her heart out. Fucking threw that shit in the ground. I don't know what she did with that. She was a corpse. And then 6 years later, she got up a size or two. She came back to life. I distinctly recall Noelle saying Ciel hadn't aged in 5 years, but I can't tell I'm going to get an earful if I don't stop now. Better drop the subject. Yeah, see, 5 years. So Noelle and Ciel is like the same age. She's 2 years younger. Noelle says she was 26. How old? No, she said she lied. Wait a minute. Did she say she was 25? I remember we made the joke about Christmas cake. And Noelle didn't want to go past the Christmas cake. So she said she was like 25? Was Noelle 26? I really don't remember. I think she's still in her 20s. I think I remember that. So let's just say 20. She was it 28? I feel like it was 28 or 26. So she's either 24 or 26. CL. Right? So she's like 24 or 26.
でもほら、くぐってきた修羅場が違いますもんね。先輩は吸血鬼退治のプロフェッショナルなわけだし、俺は吸血鬼になりかけなんだから、先輩が非常に徹したのは当然というか。
Man, Nasu. God damn it, man. He's making me shake my head sometimes. I can't believe he really brought that up. I'm like, no way, man. Why did you say that, Nasu? What the hell? Can't believe he brought up CL. She did not have that body when she was 12. She gone fully unresponsive. I fumble for a way to salvage the conversation, but come up short.
参りました。先輩、何か言ってください。それとも、俺なんかとは話したくない。
What happened? She swallows hard. Then, looking as though she's about to burst into tears. What did he say? I was too busy thinking about the other thing. What? Her voice is so quiet, I can barely hear it.
遠野くんはバカです。私は遠野くんが思っているような人間じゃないのに、どうしてそんなに私に優しくできるんですか？そんな資格、私にはありはしないのに。
資格なんて俺にだってなかったですよ。でも、そんなものは必要ないって笑い飛ばしてくれたのは先輩です。
In this very room, in fact. In the hours after I killed Arc, when all I could think about was suicide, it was Ciel who saved me. Ciel and no one else.
そうでした。先輩。俺は先輩の罪なんて知りません。それは俺には関われないことです。俺は先輩が好きだから、先輩を愛しているからここにいるんです。あなたがどんな人間でも構わない。先輩とシエルとずっと一緒にいたいから、幸せになってほしいんです。
遠野くん、今。
なんで、もう先輩が何を言おうと騙されませんから。こうなったら地獄の底までついていって無理やり笑わせます。だからほら、先輩にとっては迷惑だろうけど、たちの悪い後輩に捕まったと思っていい加減降参してください。
I hold out a hand and wait for a reply. And so, if this is what it takes for her to give me a straight answer, so be it.
しょうのない後輩ですね。聞いているこっちの方が恥ずかしくなるなんて想定外もいいところです。そんなことを言われたら完全降伏するしかないじゃないですか。
She sends her hand to take mine. She doesn't shake it this time, but gently interlaces her fingers with mine.
先輩、それじゃあ。
はい、お言葉をお受けします。自信はありませんけど、遠野くんといるときは自分から諦めることはしないと誓います。
はい。
これからは恋人同士なわけですし。
Ciel steps closer, drawing our hands to her chest, and looks up at me with her as she stammers out her reply.
でも、これだけは先輩として言わせてください。ですね、遠野くんの10倍、いえ、100倍以上、私の方が大好きですから。
Alright.
覚悟してくださいね。
I think Tono's ready. She prods me in the chest, sporting her most devilish smile yet. I'm a little scared, but glad she's back to normal. It's a relief to have finally cleared the air. My mind's at peace as though I'm back in the tea ceremony room. I feel fulfilled, well, almost. It's hard not to feel nervous with her standing so close and looking so vulnerable. And I'm realizing it smells awfully nice in here. I spin around the clock to hanging on the wall. Both of his hands are pointing squarely to 12.
もうこんな時間だったんだ。
はい。夜明けまであとちょっとしかないですね。
We stare at each other awkwardly. Screw this. Life's too short for us to beat around the bush. Someone's got to do something. Alright, I'm gonna say it. Here goes nothing.
先輩、ベッドを使いましょう。
Wait. Who said what? You mind if I share your bed? I want your bed with you, senpai. Goes the clock on the wall. I'm too embarrassed to look Ciel in the eyes. But her expression just now was too adorable for words. Apparently, she feels the same. A minute passes in silence as we each process what the other just said. And then simultaneously bursts into laughter.
じゃあ、今度は床に寝るのはなしで。ベッドは一つしかありませんから、一緒に寝るしかないですね。
Aye.
なるほど。それでは私、先にシャワーを浴びてきます。
Ciel practically sprints to the bathroom. Can't help but grin as I watch her go. Though there's a ticking time bomb called Ro inside me. Worry is the furthest thing. Is Ro's gonna watch himself fuck himself? His own self? This is kind of weird on him. What's Ro thinking the entire time? He's like, wait a minute. Isn't that me? And I'm me. It's like I'm fucking me. Perhaps that's wrong of me, but it's the honest truth. The person I thought I lost so many times before is back for good. As long as she's with me, I feel like everything would turn out just fine. I held her close once, back in the dark of the ruins. All I wanted then was to console her. But this time is different. This time I can hold her with my whole heart. And maybe if I hold her close enough, we forget we have to go our separate ways when morning comes. Aye. Is this it? Are we finally at the final chapter? No. This is H scene. The hour hand is coming up on 5. The night passed in the blink of an eye. Ciel and I are wide awake, staring at the ceiling.
夜は絶対に眠っちゃいけません。逆に日中なら眠っていいですよ。ロアは吸血種ですから、朝になれば鎮静化します。
Oh, he got sleep in a day. Alright. Thank God. I'm almost on 2 full days without sleep. I can't take it much more. We talk about other things too. Like what will happen if I end up having to go to the church in person.
そもそも、どんなに手続きをして許可を取っても、吸血鬼なら門前払いを受けるんじゃないですか。
それは大丈夫です。遠野くんは血を吸ってもいなければ、人を殺してもいないでしょ。吸血鬼になりかけていても無実なんですから。裏口からならそろっと入れます。
Damn, we're gonna forget what we did to Kohaku. Okay. With the gap in my memories, can I say that for sure? Let alone after... Oh, yeah, there you go. After what I did to her, to Kohaku.
だから、記憶はないんでしょ？ならやっぱり潔白です。精神面での話ではなく、現実のお話として。
I still remember what I did to Kohaku, though.
自分の記憶がないのに、何もしていないと断言できるんですか？
はい。実際に行為に及んでいる記憶がないのなら、あなたは罪を犯していない。
Okay.
いいですか、遠野くん。天生体の意識とロアの意識は同じなんです。たとえロアの意識が上回って行動した時があっても、
Okay.
自分のしたことは必ず記憶しています。殺害の記憶がないというのは何よりも確かな無罪証明なんです。
Even as a sigh of relief, I realized again how heavy a burden she bears. Whatever Aurora does with your body, you remember it. That can only mean she had to look every last one of her sins in the eye. The sky grows lighter outside the window. Soon it'll be time. I listen silently as Ciel talks. If I open my mouth, I end up asking her to stay. So instead, I soak in all I can of her breath and her warmth, and her touch. Clothes rustling in a darkened room. The sky is still a deep indigo. Will Ciel slip out of bed and puts on her habit. I study her profile from under the covers.
時間ですね。
And she looks good in the nun outfit, the sister outfit, the priest outfit. She looks good.
遠野くんをポケットにしまえたら一緒にいられるのに。
We can't be together every moment of every day. This isn't the first time we said goodbye. I'm sure it won't be the last. If we can't find any solution at the church, we'll have to deal with Roa ourselves. Worst comes to worst, I'd rather she be the one to.
死なせません。あなたは絶対に死なせない。ロアなんかに遠野くんは渡さない。私があなたを守ります。必ずだから。そんなこと言わないでください。
言ってないです。先輩の気のせいですから、それ。でも。
I stop myself before I say thank you. There's nothing to thank her for. I let my mind wander for a moment, that's all.
行ってきます。できるだけ早く戻ってきますから、それまでこの部屋から出ないでくださいね。
Okay. She even left me a week worth of food. Oh, nice. The majority of which is microwavable curry, but I shouldn't complain.
また、言うまでもありませんが、私がいない間に浮気なんかしないでくださいね。
Oh my. With who?
私、すごく嫉妬深いですから。
With a blood-curdling smile, she closes the door behind her. That's a beautiful background. I squint against the sunbeam pouring through the window. The sun is rising. Now I can finally sleep. While I still can, I push aside the doubt swimming around my chest and close my eyes. Is Mario dead? Did Ark killed Mario? I'm still wondering about that. Well, we know Noel's dead. What about Mario, though? He died. I can't take a screenshot. Oh boy. Oh, there you go. Oh, like, where's the save? Alright. Final chapter, Stone Unyielding. Dude, that took 6 hours. I don't know how many. Like 5-6 hours? On just day 13? That was long. That was the longest chapter ever. But we're done. Chapter 14 should be the last chapter, but I'm really tired to go through it right now. So we have to save that for next time. But this should be the last chapter, and then after that should be the extra ending. The true ending, maybe? A Tsukihime Remake? We'll see. I don't know if they even have a true ending. Because this game's not even complete. There's still Red Garden. True ending is when Alco shows back up. That's true ending. But anyway, appreciate everyone to stop by. That's GG's. We'll play more Tsukihime next time.